Hello everybody and welcome to the United Stands. You can't see me, but you can hear me and now you can see me. Hello and welcome to the United Stand. I don't know why I've got Crystal Palace 2-1 on there, and that does worry me. That worries me a lot. I hope that's not a premonition or a cry for help, because I do not have that. I have got the Leicester versus Sheffield United game on. Jamie Vardy just hit the post. So it's not going well for Manchester United in that sense, and Leicester are looking more and more of a threat in this game. In fact, they look the better team from minute one, and they're looking the better team in the second half. So it's a must-win game for Manchester United tonight anyway, and it becomes even more of a must-win game for Manchester United the way things are going at the moment. But hello everybody and welcome. It is 0-0 in the Manchester United Palace game because it's not actually kicked off. And it is 1-0 in the Leicester game against Sheffield United. Sheffield United have been very, very, very disappointing. So United, look, you can't. What's the word? You cannot count on everybody else. Leicester have dropped enough points for United to take advantage of it, and it's now up to Manchester United to take advantage of it, really, isn't it? So we've got to start doing things for ourselves. We have got Leicester to play. We are in that fortunate position where that is the case, and we've got to go and win tonight, haven't we? But I am watching the Leicester game. I will keep you up to date with that. The Manchester United news, team news, is going to be coming out very, very soon as well. How are we feeling, everybody? I'm excited but nervous. And if Leicester hold on, I say if Leicester hold on, if Leicester carry on doing what they're doing, they're not going to do they're going to do what they need to do effectively. That's what Leicester are going to do, isn't it? So it is what it is in that sense. Let's have a look at the live chats. Okay, we're ready. 750,000 subscribers, by the way. I know it's not changed in the top right-hand corner, but it is 750,000 officially. We have hit it. I might be able to change it. I don't know whether I can. Can you change it? Might be able to change it. Bada bing, bada boom. 750,000 subscribers on the channel, which is absolutely fantastic. So thank you for that. The timer is in relation to the Leicester game. I'm keeping the timer on, so it's for the Leicester game. That's why the timer's on there. So I was on That's Football, so some people have come over from. If you've come over from That's Football, do put a W in the live comments, and then people will know who you are. So welcome if you've come over from That's Football. We were doing a watch along for the first half over there. So if you've come over from That's Football, Leicester game is still on, and the timer is for the Leicester game. So it's we are 10 minutes into the Leicester game. Manchester United team news is about to start and come out. He does a little bit of an unorthodox stretch there. Let me just have a check of something here. I'm thinking on the spot here. So thanks everyone who's coming over from there. And that's the goal for Leicester. Oh no, he saved it. Dean Henderson, the United boy, keeping us in it here. Barnes goes through one-on-one. I'm sure he's going to score for Leicester. And Dean Henderson makes a fantastic save. Vardy into Barnes. He could have squared it across for a sweaty goal for Perez. I would have done that at FIFA. You take what you can get. But he doesn't do that. And bit of a foul on him, actually, a bit of a push, but obviously nothing's been given in relation to that. So Leicester very, very close there, very, very close. The Manchester United team news is out. No Luke Shaw, no Brandon Williams. Mason Greenwood starts, but Fosu-Mensah starts at left back over Delo, which is amazing, absolutely amazing that Fosu-Mensah starts over Delo. So De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, Fosu-Mensah, Mctominy, Pogba, Greenwood, Fernandes, Rashford and Martial. Matic goes to the bench, obviously being rested. Pereira drops off the bench for Lingard. Dan James, Matic, Igalo, Bay, Delo, and Fred. No Luke Shaw, no Brandon Williams. So Fosu-Mensah starts for Manchester United. Sheffield United are about to make a substitution here, but that's the big news. Manchester United fans, Fosu-Mensah starts, and that will be very popular. That will be very popular because Fosu-Mensah is a player that is well liked in the Manchester United fan base. I would not have predicted we would see him play, but he will play. Number 24, Fosu-Mensah. So let me just change this team around a little bit. No place for Nemanja Matic either. Rested for Scott McTominay. Big chance for Scott to come in and do a job. But surprisingly, I did think that Mason Greenwood would start. I didn't think Mason Greenwood would start. He is starting. I'm just changing the team for everybody now. And you can see on the screen as it comes in. Go compare. Go compare. When in doubt, check it out. Go compare. Here we go. Well, it's exciting, people. I mean, look. I think there's going to be Delo fans out there saying, what the hell is going on? What the hell is going on? But that's your team. Manchester United team is De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, Fosu-Mensah, McTominay, Pogba and Bruno, Greenwood, Rashford, Martial, Romero on the bench, Bay and Delo on the bench, Fred, James and Lingard and Mata on the bench with Matic and Igalo. No Dan James at all in the squad and no Pereira in the squad. Now, I don't know what that's all about. If anybody wants to tell me, I don't know. I rate Fosu-Mensah. It's a good opportunity for him, says Daniel Luciano. I'm very excited about it. I'm very excited to see that, actually. And do you think Frimpong from Celtic would be a good backup for Wan-Bissaka at United? Will only cost around 5 million, says Gooberface. Bit random. But Manchester United with Fosu-Mensah in the team and Scott McTominay starting. No Brandon Williams, no Luke Shaw, no Dan James, no Andreas Pereira on any part of that. So that's how Manchester United are lining up today. Is Delo getting sold, says Mark. I mean, I'm quite surprised that Fosu-Mensah over Delo is starting. I mean, he's sort of come in from nowhere. Over Delo at left back as well. Still 1-0 in the Leicester game. But you know what? I don't know what it about Leicester about. Surely they're going to score now. Good save. Henderson again. He's just saved another one-on-one from Barnes. This is what is going on with the night tonight. What is going on for the night tonight? I don't know what's going on. Dan James is on the bench, by the way. Somebody's not on the bench then for Lingard and Mata to be on the bench. Or has Mata always been on the bench? Pereira's not there. Williams isn't there, obviously. So Delo's come in. Dan James is on the bench anyway. But what's going on tonight, everybody? Bloody Leicester. Dean Henderson's just made 2 great one-on-one saves from Barnes. Sheffield United are playing atrocious. Leicester are playing fantastic, even though they've got Sionku and Pereira, Chilwell and Maddison all out. Leicester playing the best they've played since lockdown, and Sheffield United playing absolutely awful. But Dean Henderson just keeping them in it. James is in the squad, says Adola. Ricky is now Ollie out, says Sam Holt. I think Matic is just being rested, isn't it? So there. The timer is on for the Leicester game, Summit. The Leicester game is on the TV here, so I'm just keeping the timer on for those people who are watching that game. Was Fosu-Mensah on loan at Palace at one point, says Dino? He was. Maybe some insider knowledge there. But look, I've got to be honest. What are your thoughts in relation to this team from Manchester United tonight? Because the reality is that I would have absolutely expected, if Brandon Williams and Luke Shaw were out, I would have absolutely expected Delo to start at left back. I've never even known that Fosu-Mensah can play at left back. But I'm actually really, really excited by it. And let's get Flex on, see what he's got to say.
Hi, mate. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm all good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'd totally forgotten because you hadn't dropped me a message. Sorry about
Yeah, do
that.
you
So,
know what? I forgot as well. I was just looking at the team news and I thought, oh crap, I need to get on
Robel
Discord.
says that Timothy is good defensively but not offensively. So, yeah, give us your thoughts on this team then. Those people are joining in late. Sheffield United nearly scored. Oh, it's cleared.
Oh,
But it's gone for a corner. But big. Look, he's made changes, hasn't he? Matic not starting. I think that's got to be because of fitness.
yeah,
And obviously Brandon Williams and Luke Shaw, neither of them fit to play. So Fosu-Mensah plays at left back and not Delo,
yes,
who actually has played at left back. We bought him and he was playing at left back. So what is your thoughts on the team news?
yeah. Quite surprised. Quite surprised. I'm not going to say what's going on. Why has he done that? I'm just surprised. I really am. Like you said, we bought Dalot to play at fullback. He's played at left back for us. He's played at right back for us. And Fosu-Mensah really hasn't played for us in years, literally, in the first team. And it's a big one to put him into. It really is. I'm quite surprised. I'm pleasantly surprised. I believe in him. However, what you said that the caller was saying there, or a comment in terms of the attacking side of it. Yeah, he's not as attacking as Dalot. For me, Dalot is better attacking than he is defending. From the small bit that we've seen from him, but that was a big shock. I didn't expect to see Fosu-Mensah chucked in here. It shows a good lot of faith from Ollie. It means he must be training well. It means he obviously must be ready. I
Well,
don't
he's
think
come from
Solskjaer
nowhere,
thinks
hasn't he? That's the thing.
it's just come from nowhere.
Nobody.
Exactly.
We know he's been
So
back, but nobody's thought. Well, we've not even seen him on the bench, so nobody
exactly.
would have considered him.
Literally in from nowhere. So it'll be a real test of his character to see, his tempo, how he adapts to the game, because he hasn't played competitive football for a hell of a long time with his injuries. So
No.
very interesting. And like you said, the Matic and Mctominy one, it's got to be for fitness but McTominay's going to have to be a lot more disciplined. He's going to have to play a different role. I don't know what you think, but for me, McTominay's a box to box, and I always said if Solskjaer was going to ask something different from him this early in his development, it'll be a test on Scott's discipline to see how he reacts to having to play a slightly different role, because he won't be able to go forward with as much freedom as he usually would. So that's going to be interesting to see. I did say it'd be interesting to see if our tempo, our balance, or our rhythm has been affected by that change. But good to see Greenwood make it in time, and hopefully he can have more of an impact on this game than he did the last.
Yeah, so Fosu-Mensah does start for Manchester United tonight, which is a surprise. It's an exciting surprise, I've got to say. I'm excited by it.
Do you think it shows what he's thinking with Dalot? Do you think we could read into that at all?
I think Delo is probably going to go, but even if he was going to go, you haven't got either of your left backs because they're injured, aren't they? So you could play Delo. He could have an interesting game, and then you move it on from there. But to put Fosu-Mensah in there, as you say, I've just tweeted it there, and I don't know how everybody feels, but I just feel in relation to Fosu-Mensah, I'm surprised, but I'm excited, surprised.
Yeah,
So
excited for him.
yeah.
He deserves a chance, but it will be. I mean, especially left back, is probably not his best position, and he doesn't get forward like that. I don't see him as a He's definitely not going to be a galloping left back.
No.
There's going to be a huge drop down in attacking prowess for me from Luke Shaw in terms of the willingness to get forward on the left hand side with a left foot. I think he's going to want to come in a lot. He's not naturally left footed. He's not going to want to take a man down the outside and whip across in. He's definitely not going to do that. Yes, some people may argue Luke Shaw doesn't do it enough, but that's a different argument. But he definitely does it more than Fosu-Mensah would. Dalot would do it more than Fosu-Mensah would. So I think almost it might be interesting to see how Rashford gets on with this change, because he's been doing so well with Luke Shaw. And when Brandon Williams comes into that, you can kind of see a seamless transition. Brandon Williams is quite aggressive and likes to get forward, but Fosu-Mensah really won't. I can't see him galloping and overlapping.
Palace? This is the thing. Who is he up against? Let me have a look
Is
at
Townsend
Palace.
starting on the right? I haven't seen.
I'm just going to have a look at Crystal Palace. So, yeah, Fosu-Mensah's playing at left back, and he's very much a right footer. So, Leicester are going to score again in a minute.
Yeah,
They're
it's
all
opening
over.
up.
Sheffield United are
have to
playing
go for it.
crap. The Crystal Palace side, Ward, Dan, Sacco, Van Arnholt, Mielevic, McCarthy, MacArthur, Townsend, Ayew, and Zaha. So
Yeah, so Townsend will be on the right.
Townsend will be on the right. So yeah, I mean, look, I'm excited that Fosu-Mensah's playing. I am. Let me just read some super chats. Doc Tora Shazvet says, "Hey Mark, can you wish my wife Priyanka, a very happy birthday. She gets annoyed when I keep watching your videos all day long. Maybe this will help her like you more. Happy birthday, Priyanka. Let him watch the United Stand. It's important. 5 academy players starting, Mark. How cool is that? Says Adil. And could it be 3-5-2 with Fosu as a third centre-back, Rashford and Wan-Bissaka as right mid and left mid with Greenwood and Martial up front? It's weird because I don't think Fenza could play that. Man United. Yeah, but why would you play with a back three against Crystal Palace?
Nah, he wouldn't. Yeah. Nah, he wouldn't do that. If he does that, that would be shocking for me.
Yeah, so Fosu-Mensah is starting. Mctominy is starting. I think Flex is making a good point there, actually, because Joseph Woodbury says, happy for Fosu-Mensah playing but nervous with no Shaw in the defence. That is true. And are they covering Townsend cutting inside, says Dengra? I mean, again, is Andros Townsend really a player that you think, oh, let's stop Andros Townsend cutting inside? It doesn't make sense to me.
I think, again, it's one of them ones where he doesn't do it consistently, but he does possess the ability. He does possess the ability to get running at you and cut inside on his left foot, like a massive downgrade on Robin, no disrespect. But that left footer playing on the right, cut in, tuck in, bring your fullback inside. And especially a fullback who hasn't been playing, Mark. Like, he's not got the cohesive relationship because he obviously hasn't been in. So it is a big... I hope he passes with flying colours. I hope he has Towns in his pocket.
Well, Habib makes a good point.
Interesting.
Habib makes a good point. He said the difference here is that Delo can't defend. And maybe that's what it's all about. Delo can't defend. So
it shows something. The fact that Delo can't get in.
Fosu-Mensah is quick. Fosu-Mensah is probably quicker than Delo as well. So some pace at the back is important. I mean, look, I think we're both saying we're quite surprised but excited by it. And Fosu-Mensah is one of those players that everyone goes, oh, he can be a CDM, he can be this, that and the other. And actually, he's not actually been on loan and done that well. So, this is a massive opportunity for him. And maybe he can, maybe he can become this player that we all hoped he was going to be. I think many people had sort of forgotten about him. I certainly have. And look, it's really exciting that he's playing. And look, Delo probably is going to get solved. Palace attacking their width. Delo can't defend, says Jack Brown, 5852. I rate Fosu-Mensah, says William. It's the injuries that have let him down. And Mark, I hope I'm wrong. I have this sick feeling that we're going to lose this match. I hope not. I pray not, but it's just that feeling. This is Magic Eye. I mean, what is your thoughts? We'll talk about Mctominy in a moment. The timer is up, Danji, because there's a Leicester game on. So people are watching the Leicester game, so I've put the timer on for the second half so you can see. It's 1-0 to Leicester at the moment. Leicester are winning. They deserve to be winning. The game should be over, really. They should be 2 or 3-0 up. Sheffield United have been awful. That is not a result I expected, to be honest. So, we've got to win tonight. Are you confident?
Man, I just feel nervous. I am kind of still confident, though. I'm not like, oh my gosh, I really can see us losing. It's just the loss of momentum that scares me if we don't get a win. I know, obviously, we were saying that even if we lose or draw, that it could still be done. But I just don't like that. I just want us to do our jobs, win the 3 games like we all do. But I'm just nervous. I just want this to hurry up and play. I just want it to start, and I want to see us just how we play, because I am a bit nervous. But at the same time, I still think we're going to win. I just think it's going to be really tight. I've got a feeling it's going to be really cagey. I've gone for a 2-1. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully we coast to a 3-0 win. But I don't know. There's something about this. After that Southampton one, is there a mental block? I mean, this almost is a bigger question. You've dropped the points now against Southampton. Leicester probably going to see this out. Hopefully they don't. Chelsea have already won. So by the time we kick off, Leicester could be 3 points ahead of us and Chelsea could be 4. The pressure's on. So this almost is a different question. So I hope they can answer it.
Maybe Wan-Bissaka will play at left back, says Ross Gallagher. I
don't think he upsets that rhythm. I don't think he does.
Zane says, come on Zaha, get a hat-trick, just hit the ball past Maguire. Hopefully you'll be part of the Arteta revolution next season. Only thing I'm scared of tonight is Lingard coming on the pitch, says Lee Taylor. Lingard is on the bench today and Pereira's not. I find that weird. I mean, Pereira's...
Just swapping between both of them.
He keeps swapping between them, but they don't play. So,
nah.
First game for Fosu-Mensah for us since May 2017. Score prediction flex, says Adam Morris. I went 2-1 to United in this.
2-1, yeah. 2-1 I've gone as well. I think it's just going to be cagey.
Let's talk about
We've got to start good, though. Got to start good.
let's talk. Hello to everyone who's on Twitch as well, by the way. I will go to some of those comments in a minute. In fact, Caveman Slots says, absolutely shocking racism towards Flex on Twitter. No place for it in the modern world. Have you had some racism towards you, Flex?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I'm Pratt. Probably another 12-year-old kid I tweeted. He got shut down and he got dealt with. It is what it is. We keep going. We keep moving.
Yeah, not a good week for that, both on Twitter and social media in general. Daniel Luciano says, Ward at right back is great for us. Martial and Rashford have always given him trouble. The time is on for the Leicester game. I'm getting bored of telling people. If people want to tell them in the live comments, I don't know how they're not figuring out that most United fans are watching Leicester versus Sheffield United. It's 1-0 to Leicester. Sane said Fosu-Mensah was the hardest defender he played against as Reedy Cox. I remember that. But he also made a lot of mistakes for Fulham and Crystal Palace as well. So I feel Ollie chose this team keeping the FA semis in mind, says Wayne Rooney. Let's talk Matic. Villa have scored against Everton. They're 1-0 up.
That's massive for them.
That would be massive for Aston Villa. I don't know what it does. I'm not going to tempt fate. We'll have a look at that in a bit. But let's talk Mctominy and Ricky's love child, Matic. What is going on there? Do you think Ollie's keeping him fresh for the...
Oh, there it is. Oh, no.
It again. Leicester should have scored again.
Yeah.
But McTominay's got to play a very, very... what I think about McTominay is, and I don't know what everybody else thinks, is that it's very obvious to me from things like what Carrick and Ollie have said, and even Matic has said, that they're grooming McTominay to be the next Matic or Carrick. Now, the question is going to be, can he do that role?
Yeah. It's very early in his career still, in terms of first-team football. And... It's going to be interesting to see, because I don't see him as that type of player. I'm not saying he could never be that player. Look, I don't think he's nowhere near Michael Carrick. He doesn't move the ball like Michael Carrick. He can't see a pass as quickly as Michael Carrick can. Matic I think is a better passer than Scott, but he's so energetic and he likes to put it about and get in people's faces and be aggressive, and it's just that's a foul. It's just a different role doing what Matic does, and I don't expect him to be good at it straight away. So even if he does have a bad game, it's you can't really get on his back. And this was my if it is a bad game for him, it was my concern in terms of he's come into the team becoming something in terms of a box to box, energetic, snapping at the heels, chipped in with a couple of goals, makes a few third man runs, arrives late at the box, and then in the real business end of the season, you're saying to him, just sit here next to Paul, marshal it. When Paul goes, I need you to sit. It's just a different way of thinking. Now, listen, McTominay might really grasp it. He might really take to it and put in an influential performance in a Crystal Palace midfield that, no disrespect, we should still dominate. If they turn up and keep the ball well and play with tempo, our midfield should have control of the game. But if they don't, and he can't do it, then you might even need to bring Matic off the bench, which I'm sure Ollie would want to avoid.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see that sort of game, are we? I don't think we're going to see a game where McTominay's going to have to do a lot of defensive work, like you say. And,
no.
I do feel that with Fred and McTominay, when they've come off the bench, like any of our subs since lockdown, there's been such a drop-off. You almost feel that actually he's probably made the right choice here. If he wants to rest the Matic, don't start him and take him off after an hour and get McTominay on. Actually, just get McTominay on from the start, because you can always bring Matic on if you need to. But I almost feel like Fred and McTominay will do better if they start. Another person, Andrew Shearer, says, I'm not sure why, but I've got a feeling Ollie might play Wan-Bissaka at left back and Timbo at right back, where he's at least more comfortable. Hopefully not. And Tommy B says, one thing we can say about McTominay is he does have a goal in him, and he's got a good shot on him, yeah. Ash G says, shout out Mark and Flex, feel optimistic about tonight, +2 goal win in a dominant performance, Mensah assist incoming. I suppose the little, I think, you've got to sort of, Aston Villa will beat Arsenal, remember this comment, says Chris Balazinga. I think the thing is that because Leicester look like they're going to win, there's almost that little bit of disappointment before the game's even kicked off, isn't it?
Yes.
I think I certainly expected Sheffield. I mean, Leicester are so weakened. They've got no Sionku, they've got no Chilwell, no Maddison, no Ricardo Pereira, no Albrighton. And I really did think Sheffield United would at least get a point. But Leicester have played fantastically well and Sheffield United have played really badly. So Leicester are going to get those 3 points. They're going to feel confident now. And then if they do it against Spurs on Sunday, we've got to do it tonight and next week against West Ham and against
Exactly.
Leicester. So
no drop-offs. It's a big ask, Mark. It is a big ask, especially like you said, if other teams don't maybe drop points that we might forecast them to do. However, the task is there. Win 3 in a row because Leicester's one of them. You've done it. So as much as we're nervous or it puts a bit of a dampener on it because Leicester didn't drop some points and it would have made it easier. Well, to be fair, in the history of this season, right, in the past, every time we've had the chance because the teams drop points, we don't capitalise. We seem to play well when the pressure is on and we need to keep staying afloat and keep pace. So maybe that might not be such a bad thing. Let them think it's a cup final and they can't drop off, because against Southampton, I'm not saying that crept into their heads and that's why we didn't win, but it does make you think. It does make you think, because every time Chelsea have dropped those definitive points, we can never go above them. So maybe seeing Leicester drop off here today and get a draw, maybe they might not have responded as strongly as if they win. I don't know, but the evidence suggests that so far.
Yeah, we certainly seem to be better when we've got a chase, don't we? I've lost interest. We really should have beaten Southampton. We've blown it. Says it is what it is. Might be a little bit premature for that. I mean, look, even if United lose tonight, which would be unbelievable, it still isn't definitely over. But I don't think we can.
No, but you don't think we could drop points in.
Yeah, I don't. I think if we lose tonight, I would say, look, we don't deserve it, to be honest. Maguire and Lindelof will be tested more today. They don't have the extra support which Nemanja provides, says Wayne Rooney. And Mark, I think this game will show how good Luke Shaw is and how much he adds to our attacking influence. But we will see. He has, look, hands up. Even Brand. Look, Luke Shaw's not fit. Even Brandon Williams today would have been very, very good because they both offer something going forward.
They're very similar. Yeah, they're very similar.
Dylan Bradley says, I hope we will win today. Damari Gray's
just
there
it is. There it is. Yeah.
Bloody hell.
That was coming, wasn't it?
Dylan Bradley says, I hope we'll win today, but it would be typical United to lose to Palace after Palace not winning for a long time. Hopefully we don't end the season like last season where we bottled it. Thanks for the super chat. I mean, the disappointing thing about this is that it's 2 goals for Leicester as well. It's the goal difference is actually relevant now. So, yeah, I mean, Leicester, fucking hell. I mean, you just hope that Sheffield United shut up shop now and don't let them score again, because their goal difference, I think, is plus, unless somebody wants to correct me, I think they're plus 6 on us now. So that's a lot. That's quite a big, significant goal difference. Yeah, the thing is,
as crap as Tottenham are, though, I can see them doing something.
Yeah, but I've got a horrible feeling now that they'll beat Tottenham as well.
Them. Yeah, almost the worst thing that could have happened was that Bournemouth hammering, because clearly Brendan's kind of got them going and said, look, none of that. Which kind of feeds into the Liverpool-Chelsea game, because a lot of people saying Liverpool on the beach and stuff like that, but Jurgen Klopp won't be happy with the crap that they put on display yesterday, and they'll be getting the title, so they might actually raise it for the last game for them.
It's plus 5 goal difference, so look, maybe United can go out there and win 6-0 tonight.
Hey, steady. Let's just get 3 points and get out. Let's just focus on winning our 3 games.
The way Sheffield United are playing, I think Leicester might get another one here. There's still a good 12 minutes to go in it. But some interesting comments to get through. A more defensive left back and a more attacking CDM, says Ben. And Sheffield United need to bloody switch on here, you lazy shits. Come on! Sort it out. What the bloody
It's so hot and cold, Sheffield United, isn't it?
Yeah. Hey Mark and Flex, I'm super tired, been on furlough and I'm basically nocturnal. Any tips? Oh, and Flex, who's your favourite United player ever? Says Red Baron.
I always struggle with this question because it is Eric Cantona, but there's still a lot of players that I've loved over the years. Andy Cole was one of my favourites as well. Obviously Ronaldo, but Eric Cantona's why I fell in love with United, so it's always him.
I'll tell you what this result for Leicester means, though. It means that the last game against Leicester will have something on it no matter what, because even if they lose to Spurs and we beat West Ham, 3 points ahead of them going into that game, if they beat us, level on points, aren't we? So
yeah, and then they'll get on goal difference.
That Leicester-Man United game is going to be, it's going to have something on it, which is, I think, what we gave away with that Southampton game. If we'd won that Southampton game, I think we might have been able to go to the Leicester game. But they've definitely improved, Leicester. I like an informed Luke Shaw, but I really feel as though Mensah may create more questions than answers for that left-back position, says Ash G. I mean, look, there's a couple of things I did want to talk to you about. The story today that Harry Maguire has been playing through injury since January because of a lack of centre-backs.
Yeah.
I don't know what your thoughts are on this, but I just felt like going, so what? You know, I played injured all the time. I think the people not understand that, you know, high-level sports people very rarely play fully fit. You've always got a knock or something like that.
Yeah.
If he was proper injured, he wouldn't play. So I just think it's I think it's a story. It's probably a PR story at the end of the day, isn't it? Oh, look at, you know, Saeed's there with a rock on, isn't he? He's like, look at Harry Beckenbauer. He's been playing with injury. I mean, look, even Chombo said it's PR spin. I think it is PR spin because, look, if he was proper injured, unless you're one of these, and we know there are some players out there that are injured a lot, but most footballers like Luke Shaw and Brandon Williams tonight, they can't play because they would play. If they had a little bit of a knock, they would play. So they can't play. But yeah, and a lot of footballers will play with a knock, and I think Harry Maguire's just been playing with a bit of a knock. If he's not injured, he's not playing with a broken leg, is he? So I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
Yeah, I didn't even read it. I saw it pop up, and I did kind of think, okay, well, he's captain and leader extraordinaire, and you know that's what the best do. If you want to be the best, if you're a leader, if you're the linchpin, United captain, that's what I expect. And like you say, if it was as really bad, then like you said, he just wouldn't play. You know, if he's fit enough to play and they don't see it as, if you keep playing on it, you're going to be absolutely ruined. Then he plays because he has played literally every game this year, hasn't he? So I don't really care, to be honest. Don't really care.
On that note, Adam Morris says, would you give Bay a start with Maguire and Lindelof being a bit shaky? Are you happy for those two to keep playing together? I mean, they were both at fault for that goal, weren't they?
Yeah, they were, but again, it feeds back into what I was saying even before we come out of the lockdown. Before football came back. It's just Ollie's partnership. It hasn't conceded that many goals. In that 18-match unbeaten run, you haven't conceded that many goals. So he's not, and I just don't see Ollie changing it with this little games to go. He's just not going to do that. I don't see it unless injury causes that to happen. For me, doesn't change it, and I can see why.
Charlie Bass says, my aim is if we can get to the Leicester game needing a point, would be confident then. Oh, you see, I don't know. I don't know whether I'd rather go to the Leicester game needing to win. I don't like the idea of just needing a point because then Leicester know they need to win, and our mindset's a bit like a point. Can you imagine 1-1 in the last minute? They've got a corner.
Oh,
Harry Maguire decides the zonal mark again. I don't want that. I don't want that, to be honest. No, not at all. But another thing I really liked, actually, I think it's very relevant in relation to fan opinion. Paul Pogba was talking about criticism and saying, look, if you're a footballer, you're going to get criticised, but that's part and parcel of the game. No one criticises themselves more than me. And I think, look, I was so refreshed by that because I thought, you know what? It's true. If you're a high-end athlete, you're your biggest critic. That's how you get there. That's how you get to the top of the game, is because you've got to criticise yourself. But I think we do live in this world where, we have fans in our fan bases and we know fans in other fan bases who, no, not criticising the players, you can't criticise the players. And it's like, well, so I remember Luke Shaw saying it a few months ago as well. And I think there was a couple of other players have said it recently as well, that, of course you can criticise the players. They totally and utterly will know on Monday night that they got it wrong.
Yeah, 100%. We're entitled to do that. I don't really. There's a difference between criticising a performance and slagging someone off. There really is. And I think as long as you are criticising a performance, you're entitled to do that. As long as the criticism is fair and constructive and not just driven by just nothing. Because there's this kind of thing that, like, because you're not a professional footballer, you're not entitled to say anything. And there's a limit of that, because even when talking to Troy Deeney, he was like, people will say, how did he miss that? But they have no idea what it's like actually being in front of that goal. 50,000 people. I get that, but he also accepts that as fans, we are entitled to have our say on performances. That's what. If you're in a stadium, you're allowed to do that. If you pay your subscription fee or you're watching it on TV or whatever, that's your right to do. If you go to a restaurant, you pay for the food, you don't like it, well, then you're entitled to say something about it. If you pay to go watch a film and you thought the film was crap, you critique the film. That's what it is, It's just how players accept that criticism. Like I said, it's whether it's over and above, where it's just out of order, or whether they actually are taking it on board or whether it's justified. And that's what I don't get. I don't get that, if you're just constantly bashing someone without just in an aggressive way, or just swearing at them, or just calling them shit. I get it. Some players might not make the grade, but I think it's just a way to do it personally. But we should absolutely, as fans, don't be told that, oh, you're not allowed to criticise someone because they played crap. Well, of course you can. Don't listen to anyone who says that. I don't know what they're talking about.
Everton have equalised apparently in the game with Villa, which is I don't think a point's terrible for Villa. I mean, I think they need a little.
No, it helps that they look distraught from that though.
Yeah, they've got 2 games to go. Point puts them up to 31. Yeah, well, they needed the win, really, didn't they? But they're not down and out yet, Villa. They're not down and out yet.
No.
But I think they've got Liverpool to play, Villa, haven't they? Or have they already played them?
Have they? Oh, bloody hell. They're pushing for a winner, though, Villa.
Arsenal and West Ham, they've got to play. There you go.
Yeah, Bournemouth.
Glad he's given Matic a rest. McTominay needs a start, in my opinion. Also, really think this will show how important Shaw is to the agenda people, says Oliver HD. And should Ollie go if we don't make the Champions League? Says I don't think that's a question that's fair for anybody to answer at the moment.
No,
it's not a question that really helps the cause. I think if results don't go
I just think the answer's no.
Well, he won't be. I know for a fact he won't be going, but whether he should go or not, I suppose, is interesting. But if you are tuning in a bit late, the team is an unexpected one. We've obviously changed the team for the first time in a long time. Fosu-Mensah at left back. Brandon Williams and Shaw not even fit to make the bench, but Delot is, but he's not picked. Delot, remember, has played at left back. When we signed him, he was a left back. So Fosu-Mensah plays, and Mctominy comes in for Matic. Greenwood is fit to play. So obviously Leicester are going to win this game against Sheffield United, and Manchester United have got to produce something tonight. They've got to win. They've got to win tonight. I don't think there's any room for error. I mean, it's not over if we draw or lose, but realistically, you can't. For me, I think they bottled it against Southampton. You can't go and bottle it again. United have got to show that when the pressure's on, that they can respond.
Yeah, 100%. You can't switch off. For me, there's no margin for error. I don't even want to hear this. Like, yeah, maybe if we lose or draw, it's not the end of the world. We can still do it and all this crap. Just get the game won. Prove that it was just a slip up. Prove to the fans that you guys have changed. Prove that it's just a slip up. Because I'll tell you what, going to win in this game, although people might say, yeah, it's Crystal Palace, you should have done it. The pressure that's on this game, if they could just slip back into that gear again and win this game comfortably, or just win the game, it would put a lot of people's minds at ease. And most importantly, put their confidence up. Because I think they're they are buying into what Ollie's putting down, and they are feeling very confident. They're still unbeaten, and they will be absolutely kicking themselves. Show us what type of reaction you can give. We've seen Leicester up for the fight. They've got battered 4-1. No one knew it, and Brendan Rodgers got into them. Big game at home. They've put Sheffield United, who can be challenging to the sword, battered them. That's a team that deserves top 4, not just because they've been so far ahead this year. When it really comes down to it, can you react and pick yourself up from a blip? And we've got to do the same. If we don't, it's as simple as what you said, Mark. We don't deserve it.
Super chat coming in from Red Baron. He says it's strange how Pogba and Martial get branded lazy, whereas other players never get branded that. And Co says Maguire's hip injury may have affected his mobility in turning. Mate, I've got no sympathy with Harry Maguire and this injury thing. We've spoken about it by now. If he's injured, he shouldn't be playing football. It's as simple as that. I think he's just carrying a bit of soreness. Like, you can't play high-level football injured, but loads of footballers play with knocks. If he's playing with a knock, he's playing with a knock. He's not the first man to play with a knock. But if we're now going to say, oh, he's making mistakes because of a hip injury, he shouldn't be playing. I'd rather Eric Bailly play than a player that's not fit enough to be on the pitch. So I don't think that excuse makes any sense at all. The timer will be going off in a minute. It's only been on for the Leicester game. It's 2-0 to Leicester, and hopefully it will stay 2-0 to Leicester, because I don't want them getting any more goals, because they've already pumped their goal difference up by a couple already. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new. Bottom right hand corner, you're very welcome. We're live every night at 8 o'clock. We'll have fan cams after the show, as well as per usual. We're live every morning at 10 a.m. In fact, there is match reactions as well. We're live all the way through till full time. And in fact, what I was about to say is we have hit 750,000 today. which is a big landmark for the channel, and hopefully Manchester United will make it a memorable one by getting 3 points. So please subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner, and join in. Fan cams will be interesting, Wyatt, because old Ricky will be talking about Matic, I suppose, won't he? So we'll see how that goes. Yellow card late on for Fleck there. I think they wanted something a little bit more than that.
Thought you meant me.
How would you deal with this De Gea or Henderson scenario without sending Henderson on loan again, says Connor Skinner? Well, you've got to
You can't do that.
You can't have that sort of quality.
Nah. It's not good for his development as well, because then when you want to bring him in the year after and he hasn't played all year, he's lost out on a whole year's development. So until we're ready to actually bring him in, he's got to stay out on loan for me.
Yeah, and to be honest, I mean, Henderson looks good. He does look good, but I mean, De Gea hopefully is going to start to find some form. We don't need any mistakes tonight. I think when confidence is thin, then you don't want to start. You don't want to start making mistakes. And look, who's playing up front for them? Is it Ayew? Did I say Ayew? I think I did.
I think you did, yeah.
So
Ayew as well. We saw what happened earlier in the season.
That was pace.
Was it Lindelof missed the header, did he?
Yeah.
And then Ayew was just in. Ayew can. He's that player, Ayew, that again they don't do it consistently because they're not top draw. But again, if you're not up to it, they can hurt you.
Yeah, definitely. So, lads, if we get Sancho, would you still go for a centre forward and spend elsewhere, or do you reckon we will have enough cover with Rashford, Greenwood, Martial, and Sancho? Says Edward Walters. Well, somebody did just say earlier that Grealish's price will halve if he gets relegated. Sancho's still very much being mentioned. What is your feeling around transfers at the moment? Do you a lot of people have been talking about a centre back this week. Saeed wants to see Koulibaly next to Beckenbauer. Obviously, we know Bellingham's gone to Dortmund. What's your feeling around transfers and beyond Sancho?
Beyond Sancho, it depends on our intent and how much money we've actually got there. If you was to say you wanted not a dream transfer window, but a very good transfer window in normal circumstances, you would want to get Sancho. For me, you'd want to get an attacking midfield player for extra squad depth, maybe a defensive midfield player, and certainly a centre half. So for me, past Sancho, but in this climate, I just think you get the Sancho deal done. You try and bring in a Jack Grealish or a player of that ilk who can, give some competition to. I don't want to say competition to Bruno because he's that good, but when he needs to not play or come off the bench or whatever, we need that quality. And look for a centre half. Yeah, I just can't see us getting all of that in this window. I really can't. But you never know. Football's a funny thing. But for me, get the Sancho deal done. Bring in another midfielder. Doesn't have to actually be just an attacking midfielder. Just could be just a very good midfielder. Could be a box-to-box midfielder. Could be an attacking. Could be defensive. But just another midfielder for sure. And a centre half. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we'll get a centre back personally. I think we'll get Sancho and a midfielder, and I hope it is Grealish because I think that you look at that team tonight, and look, Pereira and Bruno didn't play well on Monday night, and if they come off,
you mean Pogba and Bruno?
Yeah, and if they come off, then you're going to bring on Mata or Lingard tonight. It's just not good enough. Robert McCormack says, if us and Foxes win both and Chelsea lose, we can play out a draw last day and both go through. I don't know that we can. Sky saying Dortmund are expecting a 109 million transfer offer from Man United. I'm guessing that largely would be add-ons, says Ben. Yeah. I think with this 109 million bid for Jadon Sancho, if it's true, and it's coming from quite a credible source in Christian Falk, who's been quite reliable recently, that won't be outright. There'll be add-ons to that. Without a doubt. Matt Ike says, we're finishing the day in fourth mark, 5-0 for us today. The lads will respond. Bruno and Pogba masterclass. We're Man United, the best club in the world. Thanks for the super chat there. Come on, Palace. There will be people wanting Palace to win. They love it. They absolutely love it when United bottle it. But the confidence has subsided a little bit. Just on that previous question, so Chelsea are now on 63 points. Leicester on 62 points. And Manchester United are on 59 points. If United win tonight, they'd go back level with Leicester in fourth with 62. If Manchester United and Leicester then beat Spurs and they beat we beat West Ham, we'd go to 65 points. Chelsea, if they lose to Leicester, would stay on 63. Then if Chelsea beat Wolves, they'd go to 66. And United and Man United, Leicester could play out a draw and chuck Chelsea out. You're right. So basically that can happen. If Leicester beat Spurs and we beat West Ham and Palace and Liverpool lose to Chelsea lose to Liverpool, then even if Chelsea beat Wolves, Leicester and Man United could draw with each other and they both get the top 4.
Is it? Yeah. But they're 4 points ahead of us. Chelsea would need to...
Yeah, but they would lose to Liverpool, wouldn't they? So we would win tonight. We'd be a point behind them.
Yeah. But by the time we play that last game, we're all on the same games.
Yeah, but Chelsea have got 63 at the moment.
Yeah.
If they lose to Liverpool next week, they'd stay on 63.
Yeah.
Leicester beat Spurs, they'd go to 65, 2 points ahead of them. We win tonight and West Ham, we go to 65 as well. And then on the last game of the season, Chelsea would have 63 points and us and Leicester would have 65. So even if Chelsea go up to 66, as long as we draw with Leicester 66, we've got a better goal difference and so have Leicester.
Oh, we've got a better goal difference than them.
Yeah,
all right, okay,
yeah. So that was
that's defeatist. No, we're just gonna win our game.
Imagine that. That would make me laugh. That would
be typical United. That would.
Yeah.
That would
if Leicester and United just played a draw out to stop Chelsea getting in the top 4. Chelsea fans are suddenly twitching. Their arse is going like a bunny's nose now. But look, hopefully Leicester won't beat Spurs. I don't care as long as we get top 4. We've got to rely on Jose and Spurs to beat Leicester, says David Hunt. And how important will the loss of Shaw be tonight, says LOR from Liam. Look, I don't want the loss of Shaw to be, it's because Shaw didn't play that we messed up. I don't want that. But I think what we probably will see, and again, look, people who don't like Luke Shaw won't see this anyway because they don't see what he does anyway. So it doesn't matter. If you like Luke Shaw, you'll see what we miss. If you like Brandon Williams, you'll see what we miss. If you don't like Luke Shaw, you won't see it. But I'm sure Fosu-Mensah will do a good job defensively, but I don't think he'll be able to do what those two do going forward, especially what Luke Shaw's been doing. But defensively, Luke Shaw's been very good as well. I think Fosu-Mensah's job tonight is not really to get forward. It's to just make sure that whoever he's marking doesn't have a good game.
Exactly. It's more. I'm more wondering how it's going to affect Rashford, more so than Luke Shaw being missing. Well, that kind of is the same thing, I suppose. But you know, I know that Fosu-Mensah can defend and he's quick and he's strong. It's just obviously the match rhythm and hasn't played in so long. So how's he going to deal with that pressure? But because I'm not expecting him to make marauding runs forward on his weaker foot, cross the ball, it's not going to happen. How is he going to interact with Rashford? Is he just going to leave Rashford with far too much to do because he doesn't push his fullback back, his winger back? I don't know. It's going to be a really interesting dynamic. So I just hope that he doesn't leave Rashford with too much to do and Rashford just looks isolated or has two players on him because of Fosu-Mensah's reluctance or inability to go forward. You know, it's his first game in a while. You know, you talk about your lungs and stuff like that. He might be feeling it for the first 20 minutes and can't make sustained forward runs, or he might play within himself just to play himself into the game.
Well, the Fosu-Mensah fitness thing's a really good point, isn't it, actually?
Yeah.
He's not played any football. And
we've all been there. Do you know what I mean? If I was him, I'd be thinking, right, yeah, I'm hungry and stuff, but fucking hell, first 15, 20 minutes, let me just get my breather in, let me just not give it away and be defensively solid. Then I'll build on my performance. I'll be surprised if he's at it straight away, bombing on past Rashford. If he is, great, but I would be surprised. And that, for me, is what's going to make it interesting for Rashford.
It's going to be very interesting for Fosu-Mensah because tonight we could effectively solve a problem that we weren't expecting to solve, which is who's the backup to Wan-Bissaka. And Fosu-Mensah, look, best case scenario, we might find another John O'Shea, a player that can play numerous positions that you haven't got to spend 30 million on, that's already in the club that we'd already forgotten about. So
well, Dalot was supposed to be that. Already in the club, can play left back, right wing, arguably left wing. You know, he was probably going to be that.
I always quite fancied Fosu-Mensah as a
backup right back.
CDM.
Yeah, backup right back, centre half. Sorry, not centre half, centre mid. Left back, I've not really seen much of him there, but it'll be very interesting. I just hope he starts well and, like I said, doesn't just try and play within himself just to get the job done. If he has to go for it and come off after 60 minutes and you have to bring Dalot on, then so be it. I'd rather him do that.
I do think that might happen. I think that might happen.
Because it'd be a big ask of him to play 90 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. Joshua Bauer says Fosu-Mensah has added an extra dynamic to the game for me. Always excited to see lads from the academy. Could be our long-term backup with Delo looking to be out the door with not playing. This is Joshua Bowater. And welcome to the members club to Imran Ellis and Stanislav, latest members of the United Stand members club. Thank you for joining in there. Isn't Fosu one of the quickest in the team, says Vivek. I think he is. He
is quick. It's just how sharp he's going to be.
Do you think tonight's game will motivate Zaha, says Aloha from Liam? Yeah, well, just Flex, just very quickly. We've not mentioned Zaha. He is definitely their best player, isn't he?
Of course he is. Yeah, definitely their best player. The Chelsea game, he wasn't actually that good, but then he hit that strike from nowhere, which no one expected that to happen. And then he kind of went on from there. But Zaha, look, he's always going to be a threat. He can always cause you danger. However, it'd be interesting for Wan-Bissaka because the last couple of games, he needs to shake them cobwebs off because I think he needs to be way better than he has been against Villa and Southampton because Zaha will be licking his lips. But I've got faith in Wan-Bissaka, man. I think he clears his head. It's his first game back to his boyhood club, although there's no fans. I think he focuses himself and makes Zaha have to go elsewhere to get some joy. Hopefully he's back to the proper Wan-Bissaka that we know. Maybe they might even switch. They might even put Townsend out there and put Zaha against Fosu-Mensah. You know, old Roy might say, I tell you what, Wilf, this kid hasn't played for the United since 2017 or whenever it was. Sit on him and just give him the license. So look, Zaha is always a player that can cause you, damage and very tricky. And what he can do is come in off that side and get runs in at Lindelof and Maguire, which is also just as concerning. So they've got to be at it. And like I said, you can occupy centre halves. He's quick, he's nimble, and he's got an eye for goal if you give him one. So but I do agree with what people are saying in terms of the game that it will be. I think we'll see a game where we have the ball a lot. I don't see them coming after us. I just don't. They're not as fit as Southampton. I think Roy Hodgson would do a containment, try and hit us on a break, similar to against Chelsea. And Chelsea just made their own errors because as soon as they kept going ahead, they just kept conceding. So hopefully we can avoid that. But they've lost the last 5 for a reason. They're not very good at the moment,
Scott is more box to box than DM. Our centre backs will suffer, says Waleed. Well, I think he'll be definitely given a job to not be box to box because he can't be box to box. Just got furloughed and had to pay $300 to move out of my place, hoping for United winning. Thanks for the context, as the Booknut fan. Not apologies, commiserations in relation to that, pal, and I hope things do pick up, and I hope United can offer you a little bit of positivity. If Fosu has a good game, I think it shows the quality of Maguire, says Kevin Ryan. Kevin, you're not really called Kevin, are you? You're Saeed under a fake name. Like, if Fosu-Mensah has a good game, he's having a good game because of Maguire. Okay, well, that might happen, but it doesn't logically go together. What I was going to say is very interesting, this, actually. Don't want to make people feel even more nervous, but the last 2 games I went to at Old Trafford was Man United against Southampton, and obviously that we know what happened with them on Monday. The last game I went before that was Palace, which I think, if I'm remembering correctly, Mourinho was still in charge. It was November, and it was the November before he got sacked, so we definitely didn't win. I'm pretty sure it was 0-0. I just remember being
0-0. What, the last one against Palace?
Yeah, it was at Old Trafford. It was November time. I'm sure it was 0-0. I was sat with Ross, who used to be on the channel, and where I was sat with with loads of older long-term season ticket holders, and even they were going, "This is bloody useless, rubbish." I mean, it doesn't mean anything. I'm just saying, my last 2 games I went to at Old Trafford were Southampton and Crystal Palace, and look, we're playing Southampton and Crystal Palace, and also we played Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. Matic scored that goal away. 3-2. And then the following Saturday, we beat Southampton 3-2. So those scores were exactly the same and played one after another. So I hope we're not going to see the other way round, 2-2. But let's see. No, it wasn't this season when we lost to Palace. It was the season before. I was saying the last time I went to Old Trafford.
Was when we lost to Palace,
Southampton.
but it was a couple of times ago.
Yeah, it was 0-0. It was Mourinho's last game against Palace, so coming up for 2 years ago now. Anyway, mate, I'll let you get off because we'll get you back on at half time. But
yes,
you're going 2-1. I'm going 2-1. I think Drawty went 2-1. A lot of people are going 2-1. I think we've just lost that arrogance a bit, haven't we? With there's just that little trepidation that you can't necessarily trust these players. They need to get our trust back tonight.
100%, and let's hope that they do it. We need a quick start as well. That's what I wanted to leave with. You saw that clip of Harry Maguire shouting at Luke Shaw at the first 10 minutes, but pretty much at everyone. First 10 minutes, again, every effing week. We started slow against Villa. We started slow against, what do you call them the other day? Southampton. We did. We even started slow against Bournemouth. So we've had, although we've been really good and quite clinical, we've had a lot of slow starts, and I don't like that. I want to see us at it, and I want to see us in control of the game and pushing for that first goal from the off.
Brilliant. Okay, mate. Well, I'll get you on at half time.
Yeah. Speak to you in a bit.
Speak to you in a bit, pal. Let's hope we're going to get it done. You can follow Flex on Twitter at FlexUTD. And he will be doing all the fan cams after the game as well. Right, please subscribe to the channel if you're new. Bottom right hand corner. We have hit 750,000 today, but we don't stop there. We want to be on the road to 1 million, of course we do. So please subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner. I can tell you what, we are only 200 off 751,000. So let's get off this 750,000 and let's move on again. The United Stand, the global Manchester United fan channel. None of this locality crap. We love Manchester United. We love fans from Manchester, but we also know that Manchester United are a global football club, and we've always been about that. So whether you're from London, Nottingham, Ireland, America, Mexico, India, Indonesia, Australia, France, wherever, you're very welcome on this channel, because actually Manchester United has always been a club that is beyond Manchester. It has no borders. It is a football club. It is a football family. So make sure you join it. Click subscribe, bottom right hand corner to do it. We're live every night at 8 o'clock. We're live every morning at 10 a.m. And obviously for every match reactions, lots going on. And also remember this. And yes, get into the live comments and tell us where you are watching from, because you are all part of this family. The player ratings, we probably won't be the only one for long, but at the moment we are the only outlet. We are the trendsetters yet again that has a player rating show, which is totally and utterly decided by thousands of you. In the second half, I will be dropping a link in the video description that you can click. You can go to the website and you can vote your player ratings for your player ratings. Out of 10, every player. Now, a few people got it wrong last Monday. You've got, for your scores to count, you've got to go through every player that's on the pitch and mark them out of 10. You can't just do a few and then give it, because it doesn't actually aggregate everybody's scores unless you submit the whole lot. But we can talk about that in the second half. Then what happens is, on my match reaction, I give my player ratings and it'll flash up what your player ratings are. So if 1,000 of you have voted for David De Gea to get a 6, he'll get a 6. If 500 have gone 6 and 500 have gone 7, it will be aggregated at 6.5. So that's how it works. The most accurate Manchester United player ratings out there, voted for by thousands of you. Sean Turner says, I'm not confident at all about tonight. Left back will be a massive problem. We don't win tonight. I think top 4 is over. Well, it won't technically be over, Sean, but I do think it will be a massive blow. Connor says, can you call me a prat? Connor Skinner, what a prat. And imagine if I could get a fiver every time I called somebody a prat. I would have felt much more relaxed about this game if it was before the Leicester game, but Leicester played before us and won, making me feel more nervous about the game. Jordan, that is natural. I know that is absolutely natural. And Nick P says, I'm watching from behind my sofa deep within the London borough of Lewisham. Well, I'm watching with all of you with my face on a camera, so there is nowhere to hide, is there? But Daniel Tail is watching from Utah, USA. Mark, cheers. Well, thank you to everybody who is tuning in. Get your score predictions in the live comments as well. We've nearly got 25,000 people watching, so please share the video if you're watching. You can share it on Twitter and Facebook. Make sure you subscribe if you're new, bottom right-hand corner, and smash a like on the video. Let's have a look on Twitch, because we are live on Twitch as well. As a Chelsea fan, respect to Man United for making a good young team that has potential, says CD Master 11. That's nice. That's a nice comment. And to be honest with you, I would bounce that back and say, you know what, in relation to Chelsea, you have tried to do that this season with Lampard. It's one of the things I've found impressive as well. I think United and Chelsea will get top 4. I still think that. I mean, CHA_Twitch says Leicester are going to get Champions League. Look, if Leicester get Champions League, they deserve it. they're going to have to beat Spurs and going to have to beat United. So if they do that, they deserve it. I can't say anything more. Frostbite says, Mark, could you try and open a Cameo account and get paid for calling people prats? Look into it, mate. Hoping for the win tonight. I draw the line at some things. Mark, would you take Douglas Luiz from Villa for rotation? Judging him in real life, not off your career mode. I rate him. I like him on the career mode. I haven't watched enough of him in real life. Big support from Paris. Martial and Pogba will score tonight, says Mickey McFly. Well, I'm wearing my Rashford t-shirt, of course. Rashford t-shirt, Rashford scores, hopefully. This has worked in the past. I've got rid of the old Superman take your jacket off. That's not worked. When I've worn the t-shirt, just the t-shirt, it worked. It worked for Martial, it worked for Bruno twice. Tonight, Rashford scores. If you want to get a t-shirt, by the way, links in the video description. They are sold through our Shopify site. Link in the video description for that one. You can get Martial, you can get Bruno, you can get Rashford. It's the new one. Big support from Paris. We've read that. And Stanislav says, it's okay that Leicester won. I want to see how the team responds to the pressure as there are only a few games left. We need to build a mentally strong team. And Mark, can you call me a prat too? Wadu will, what a prat. It's mad, isn't it? It's mad. The world we live in. The world we live in. 2-1, and now Aaron Wan-Bissaka's going to score, says I'm Alex T on Twitch. And a lot of people think Wan-Bissaka's going to score. Adzil says, I've been a bit depressed recently. My birthday was last week, was good, but the day before I tried wiping it all away. I have some support. You are a king. Keep it up. Stay strong, mates. I mean, look, you're just a comment on a Twitch stream. I don't know what the story is, but if it is that story, that is the right thing to do, is to let people know how you're feeling. I think that, you know, mental health is such a big issue for everybody. I can't speak about it as a woman. I've never been a woman. I've got no problem with people who have been a woman, who want to be a woman. I'm a man. And mental health in men is something that is, you know, is a big issue. And I think, you know, I'm somebody that has suffered with depression and does suffer with depression sometimes. Not severe, you know, I don't want any empathy or anything like that. But I think we all do, and that's mental health. And I think the one thing that's always important to me is letting those people around you know when you're not feeling great, and they will then know the coping mechanisms to make you feel better. But you've got to talk. You've got to open up. So you've done the right thing there. McSauce to score a banger today, says God Henke. I don't care if De Gea scores a banger and we win 1-0. Get 3 points. Watching from Cape Town, South Africa. 3-0 United tonight. Full of confidence. Bruno, Greenwood and Rashford to score. Boom. Boom shakalak, Matthew Welsh. Bernardo Alvarado says, big hello from Toronto, Mark. Can you also call me a prat, please? Bernardo Alvarado, what a prat. You're a prat, Bernardo. And Alec Clementino says, watching from Boston while at work, my cheeks are clenched tight. Is that because you're trying to tone your arse, or is it because you're nervous? And, right, we are nearly at kickoff now. I'm nervous. It probably doesn't come across, but I am nervous. Yeah, I'm nervous. I'm in the nervous gang. My honest feeling is that if we don't win, we won't get top 4. I think we'll leave, and not because we can't still get top 4, because we can. But I don't think we'll get top 4 because I think the mental block from messing it up against Southampton and then messing it up against Crystal Palace, who've lost 5 games in a row, will just be too hard. We're 100 subscribers away from 751,000. So please subscribe to the channel if you're new. Bottom right-hand corner to do that. Get involved. And we've had a couple of super chats before kickoff here. Let me just read them out. GM's Nightmare says, do you think Liverpool will throw the game against Chelsea to prevent us from getting top 4? Well, they've got no control on whether we get top 4. So they'd be stupid to lose their Anfield record to do that. Thanks for not shying away from important, touchy topics like mental health and racism, says Michael Mayrstar. Me next, can you call me a prat, says Fervent Nut. I can't believe the amount of people who want to be called a prat. Fervent Nut, what a prat. What are you doing? And can you make a shirt saying what a prat for your merch, says GB. Oh, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what the world is. And I think we're going to win 4-1, says Jigme. And when can we order the t-shirts in Canada, says Keenan. If you check the link in the video description, they do ship worldwide. They do. Can you call me a prat? My name is Jude, says We Love United. And can we start up a religion based on Mark saying prat, says Wadu Will. And would you call yourself introverted or extroverted, says Joshy. Tell me what they are, and I'll tell you what I am. Jude, you're a prat, by the way. We're not on Hot Mic. We're on Twitch, and we're on what are we on? We're on Twitch, and we're on YouTube. So we're just about to kick off. And we've got a new member as well, which is Osvaldo Ambris. Thanks for joining the Members Club. Remember, we're not on Patreon or anything like that. All our content is always up on YouTube, free for everybody. So if you want to become a member, you get a little badge next to your name. Thank you for supporting the channel. If we score 6, we go 4th tonight. This is Geno 1996. I'm just about to start the clock. The game is about to start as well. Roy looks really excited, doesn't he? It's looked like they've let him out of the old people zone. Sorry, that's so ageist. Man United have kicked off here anyway, and the timer's up and running, which is good. You can follow us on Twitch, Mark Mono. Just press the follow button, and then you're following the United Stand. So yeah, do give us a follow on Twitch. I don't know how many we've got at the moment, but we want to get to 10,000. That'd be nice. Do you think Spurs will beat Leicester? Says Shura. I've got no prediction. And welcome to Aidan Burrows, latest member of the club. So Palace are on the ball at the moment. We need United to just start off a little bit better here than they have done in the last 2 games. CD Master says, no offence, but I want Palace to win. Look, if you're a Chelsea or Leicester fan, you want Palace to win. I can live with that. Mctominy's playing the deeper role. Here is Zaha. Good save by De Gea. Bloody not. I mean, that's not a good start. Wan-Bissaka again. Already been turned, and Zaha gets a good shot off. And De Gea, I don't know how good the save was, but that's on Wan-Bissaka, that is. Call my mate Charles Langley a prat for me, please, says Alison Davies. Charles Langley, what a prat. And Wan-Bissaka here, that's too easy. It's a straightforward save for De Gea, but it's Wan-Bissaka again. He's got to do better. He's not playing particularly well at the moment. Wan-Bissaka, our player of the year. Let's not forget, we're not getting on his back. He's been our player of the year. But the last couple of games, I don't know. Wan-Bissaka wasn't turned. So what? You're telling me Zaha just shot the ball through him? He went past him. He turned. Zaha turned and got a shot away. Wan-Bissaka committed himself and left the space. People just don't understand. They don't understand. I don't know why bother. Does anyone know when the players will stop kneeling? Says the wave is done. I think. Well, I don't know. I presume it will carry on for at least the end of the season. Pogba does well there. I think Pogba will try and stay close to McTominay. See, Palace here are pressing us. Palace are pressing us here, which is... I said in the preview, they won't press us, they'll sit back. Well, they are pressing us here. Fosu-Mensah is playing at left back. Paverman says, don't blame Wan-Bissaka for one mistake. Well, I think a lot of people want to blame De Gea for one mistake and Maguire for one mistake. Wan-Bissaka's got to do better there. Good play by Martial here. Go wide, go wide. He's gone wide. Nah, you should have used your other foot there, Martial. Use your right foot and curl it towards him forward. You know, I just need a bit of the ball here, though. Palace looking up for it, which is typical. Liam Taylor says that Palace will try and go down the left-hand side. And to think I asked about Fosu-Mensah on Monday, says Kevin Barrett. You did. I remember, yeah. Well, look. Fosu-Mensah starting today at left-back. Who would have thought it? McTominay's got to have a big game as well. He's got to start to show that he can play as a CDM. Oh, God. Scott. I've just bloody jinxed him. He controls the ball from a throw-in and just passes it to Zaha. He's got to do better than that, Scott. You've got to be switched on. Keep it simple when you're playing as a CDM. If you don't make top 4, I want to apologise to all Arsenal fans for your banter and abuse. Arsenal are 5 points off you and we have a better manager, says Ghostwriter. Right. How does that work then? Oh, what are we doing? Cross comes in. Maguire doesn't jump for it. Fosu-Mensah gets it away. Foul on Martial. Bit of a shaky start from Manchester United. This I would have liked to have seen a little bit more authority on it, but early days. So Zaha's had a shot already. Martial looking on it from the start as per usual here. Why is he resting Matic? Why? Says Sean Turner. He's probably tired. He's 31. Good play by Martial. Sorry, Rashford. I think he was trying to flip it into Fosu-Mensah there. Joachim says bad start again. I wouldn't say it's a bad start. I just think Palace have started very energetically and Manchester United just need to do the same. We've not got Bruno on the ball or Greenwood on the ball at all yet. I don't think in the first 5 minutes they've touched it. Palace are well organised as you would expect. Bruno losing the ball now. Sloppy start. Very sloppy start again. Cross to the back post. Who's marking who? Oh my God, who's marking who? What are we doing here? Zaha nearly scores. A shot from Van Aanholt. It's a really sloppy start from United, this. This is not good enough again. They look second best to everything at the moment. Crosses are coming into the box and nobody's being authoritative. Better by Lindelof. Pogba losing it in the box. Bloody just put your foot through it. Put your foot through it instead of losing it. Zane says, come on Wilfred, remember where you'll be playing next season. Shite defending, says Widget Grub, 4269. See, I think if Zaha had hit that first time, might have been in trouble. Is this the end of top 4, says Luke Kelly? No, it's 0-0, mate. I mean, it's not that. I just think we need to switch on a little bit. We look really lethargic. We keep wanting to do this as well. I don't like this. This side-to-side passing at the back. It's not a lot different to the way we used to play under Van Gaal. Start making penetrative passes. Look, we're going backwards all the bloody time. They're shielding us with a front 6 there. You've got to play between the lines. You can't just keep going side to side. They've got 2 up front and then they've got a 4 that's playing very narrow. You've got to play between those lines. This side-to-side shit, you're either going to have to bring the ball out or you're going to have to pass through the line. You can't just keep going side to side. That's it. That's intelligent by Harry Maguire. Now switch it. Lovely. Well done. Well done, Harry Maguire. Bring the ball out from the back and force them to have to leave a bit of space. Poor ball by Pogba, though. Can't keep passing it around the back. It's too easy for them to pick up from mistakes. Well done, Lindelof. Now move it a bit quicker, Dave. That's it. Lovely ball into Fosu. Turn. Move quick. We've got to move the ball quicker here. Forward pass by Mctominy. That's good. Yeah. Get a bit of zip to your passing. United need to wake up, says Aaron Hayward, 18. Can you call Harry Phillips a prat, Mark? Says Luke. This is my last one. Harry Phillips, you're a prat. And Andrew Ryder says, Mark, I think we peaked too soon. Went to well in the first few games after lockdown and now we're running out of steam when it matters most. I hope not. And Modder Girl says, Leicester are on a run and playing great. We are becoming slow and lethargic. Don't want to be negative, but we're not getting top 4. Well, Leicester aren't on a run. They got beat by Bournemouth 3 days ago, didn't they? Or 4 days ago. They got smashed. So only 8 minutes in, but I'm worried about Fosu-Mensah. He looks out of his depth, says Perry Smith. I don't think Fosu-Mensah looks like out of his depth. I think United are just looking... it's a big thing. It's a big thing for Manchester United, to be honest, to take out Matic and put Mctominy in. It's going to have an impact. He just needs to settle. And Pogba, I think, is having to play deeper because of it. Bruno to Pogba. But you'd want to be testing their goal in the first 10 minutes. Rashford out wide. Wan-Bissaka. Corner. That's better. That's better. It's taken us 10 minutes to get into the final third. That's not good. That 10 minutes has gone very, very quickly as well, hasn't it? Let's be honest. Mark, can you say hi to my son Adam, please? Come on, United, says Rob Hatherley. Hello, Adam. Hope you're enjoying the match. Hope you support Manchester United. Is nobody letting Pogba know when he's pressed, says Jonas Helsley. Yeah, I think Pogba's one of those players who, even if he's got a shout, likes to keep hold of the ball and use his body. It's been a modest start by United, but we have got a corner here. Bruno's on it. Oh, Harry Maguire, it's on your bloody head. Lands on his head, centre goal, and he heads it back the way it was coming. I mean, he's probably not realised it's coming to him, but you need to. Oh, my life. De Gea, good off the line there. What is this with crab football we're playing, says Glenn? Well, we've seemed to have speeded it up a little bit there, but I think Harry Maguire should have scored then. Surely the whole point of high-end football is anticipation. Nice ball down the left-hand side to Martial here. And he wins a corner. See, Martial always makes something happen. Come on, United. Massive 3 points incoming tonight, says Dazza McDonald. I hope so. I hope so, Dan. I don't know why I've got that in my bloody ear. That's annoying for a start. Yeah, I don't know with Harry Maguire there. I don't know why he just doesn't anticipate it. Maybe he just sees it a bit late. He must see it late, but... Corner to United. Everyone is a bit negative. Yeah, I think we need to just calm down a bit. It's been a slow start from United, which we didn't want to see. But we're 0-0. Ooh, Harry Maguire heads it over the bar there from the corner. So that's encouraging. 2 crosses, 2 headers for Harry Maguire. Best aerial centre-back, but doesn't expect a header, says Ryan FTW. But that's better from Harry Maguire. I mean, he's never going to score because he's not got his head over it. But it's a good cross from Bruno. Remember when we couldn't beat the first man with corners? We've sort of forgotten that as well. What's our bench, says Jake Smithers. Hello, Jackie. You look nice. The bench is Romero, Bailly, Delo, Mata, Lingard, Fred, James, Igalo. And I've forgotten. Thank you, Alpha Gaming FN. Sometimes you do, it's a poor ball by Mctominy. He's had a bit of a shaky start, Scott, to be honest. But sometimes you can... you've got to feel your way into a game. Scott's been a bit wasteful, says Edward Walters. Shalom. Would you have started Fred, says Daniel Speakman. I actually think Fred's better suited to the CDM role than Mctominy, but United seem to be going down that route. Alex GT says, do you know anything about the team Charlton? And if you know anything about them, that would be great. I know that their second name's Athletic. That's all I know. I think they were in the Premier League once, weren't they? Good play by Greenwood. It's a lovely ball by Greenwood as well. Rashford's not going to get onto it. Keeper boots it clear. Well played Pogba to Mctominy. It's the right ball as well. Just switch the play. Bruno's got to have a good game today. Oh, come on. You've got to impose yourself in a game like this. Well done, Fosu. Oh, he's not won it. I thought he'd won it. Yeah, you've got to impose yourself in a game like this. We can't have it being a 50-50 game. We're Manchester United. We've got way better players than Palace. And at the moment, obviously, look, it's very early in the game. But Palace are not playing like a team that's lost 5 games in a row. And United are not playing like a team that's got better players. Again, I just think, I don't know why I'm hitting myself, it's not me. I just think that United have got a bit of a mental block. We saw it on Monday night. I don't think it's fatigue. I think people want to say it's fatigue. I think that's a poor excuse, and I think Solskjaer would say the same. It's not fatigue. It's not tiredness. I think there's a mental block. I think that they are nervous. Maguire should have buried that header. Great chance to Salah Ahmed. I'd have to see it again. I don't know how late he saw it. Certainly looked like a good chance. Get Goldbridge on and Harry Maguire off. God, I'd last about a minute. One sprint and I'd just keel over and say, get me off. Streaming with Alex. Every league game is a must-win now. Drop points and top 4 is gone. Hopefully Ollie has put that in the players' minds. Thanks for the coverage. The thing is, though, if you put that in the players' mind, and thanks for the super chat from Chronic Maths, if you put that in their mind, do they then get panicked? McTominay will never be better than Fred, says Pumpkin Spice Latte. I mean, look, you know what? When I think Fred's the replacement for Pogba, isn't he? I personally think Fred could be turned into a very good centre defensive midfielder. Don Island says, is McTominay's positioning frustrating anyone? He needs to show himself better to receive passes. Well, I'll keep an eye on that. I know a lot of his passes are going side to side. I actually think Man United are playing a 4-2-3-1. I don't think we're playing the system we play with Matic. Because if you look at that throw-in, Fosu-Mensah's got the throw-in and Scott McTominay's right on the other side of the centre circle. That's not... Matic would be over there. Pogba comes to get the ball. So I think McTominay is not holding the midfield. He's playing as a right centre defensive midfielder. We're not playing the same formation as we played against for the last few weeks. That's my interpretation. I don't know what anybody else is thinking. Thanks everyone who's tuning in on Twitch. Make sure you give us a follow on there. And if you are watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. We're very close to 151,000. So bottom right hand corner to do that. And please share the video. We've got nearly 30,000 people watching. I wonder how many people are actually watching because they want us to lose. That's the way it can go sometimes. But 15 minutes gone. First drinks break about to come in as well. I remember Fosu-Mensah tackling was solid. Disappointed he wasn't given more opportunities. Fingers crossed for him. Charlton are the addicts, Mark, says Solskjaer 1999. Dazza McDonald says, if we don't win and I have to listen to all the Arsenal fans all day tomorrow, I'm going to go nuts. Not making excuses, but I feel the fixture list post-lockdown has been unfair to us. Why is Leicester and Chelsea play a lot before us, which then puts pressure on us, says Andrew Ryder. And key players look knackered, says Varun Chanda. I think if United play, if we play badly tonight, and this is just my opinion, but if we play badly tonight, then X the FA Cup. You know, if we are playing badly because we're tired, don't go and pick most of your first team against Chelsea. You've got to give them some time off. Bethany Wheater's a prat, apparently. Bethany Wheatley, you're a prat, says Nigel Burgoyne. There you go. Cross coming in. Back post. Well won by Wan-Bissaka. That was a good defensive header by Wan-Bissaka. But Crystal Palace, they're having all of the ball here. 20 minutes in and Crystal Palace look the better threat. Which I didn't think I would be saying. Man United have got to switch on here. I mean, am I reading the game wrong? To me, Crystal Palace looked the better attacking side so far. We're not playing well. And I know look, I'm not going to start having this conversation. We've got to react to this, because how many times have we seen this with United over the last 6-7 years? And how many times can you say it's down to the manager, or is it down to the players? We go on a run. We're very good at going on these runs. I said it at the end of last season. I said I'm not going to trust this team just because they go on a run for a couple of months. They've done that before. They need to go on a run and then have a bad result and go back on a run again. And we're better than this. We've been better than this as recently as a week ago. We've got to start playing that way again. Scott Andrews says, I don't care about the FA Cup, rest the players. And Ollie has gone for defensive option, not picking Delo, says Salah Ahmed. But he's going to have to go for the attacking option at some point, because this is too defensive from United. I just see us passing. We can't get through the lines of Palace. They're getting at us. We can't get through their lines. So if they're getting through us, that means that we're playing too high up the pitch. Like, look at Bruno, Rashford, Martial, but we can't get the ball to them. Right, there's space there. Pogba right on the right. That's it. Lovely little play. Greenwood to Pogba, edge of the box. Loads of players back for Palace. Martial. Rashford. Oh, he went to shoot. And I think Rashford's in trouble here, because they've both booted each other's leg. .50-50 collision. Townsend's down. Rashford's down. Rashford, little bit of footwork on the edge of the box. Goes to shoot, and his kicking leg just kicks Townsend. Oh, God. You don't want a metasarsal or anything like that. Rashford looks like he's all right. Willian and Hendrick on a free, and Grealish, Chiesa, Aki for around 100 million. Sounds like a tasty yet conservative summer splurge, Mark. It sounds like a sickening. It makes me want to splurge sick, Solskjaer 99. And Andros Townsend really is hobbling here. How did we drop off so much in a week? Crystal Palace dominating the first 20 minutes, which is worrying, says Krish. And McSauce can't play through lines like Matic has, says Salah Ahmed. We've got to play through the lines. Slow build-up play again, which was the problem against Southampton. But this isn't Southampton, this is Crystal Palace. My mates just said, we're going to lose this, stop the watch along and go and watch Country File. It's just not how it works. See, we've got to stop going backwards and start going forward. Mason Greenwood, that's a foul. Oh, ref. Come on, you got to book him for that. Get your bloody cards out. They're not there for bloody show. Should be a yellow card. How is that not a yellow card on Greenwood? Ref says shite. Shocking, innit? Absolutely shocking. No protection for young players at all. Right. Right, Man United got a free kick here. It's a long way out. It won't be shot. But Bruno will be looking to curl this towards the back post. Quite a central free kick, about 45 yards out. Curls it to the back post. Doesn't make it past the Palace defence. Tyler says, as soon as Ollie's tactics get exposed, Ollie can't adapt. And Shrey says, please change your shirt. My rival in Fantasy Premier League captain Marcus, laugh out loud. I'll just take it off for you now. The world's not ready for that. People said Bruno had a poor game, which he did, yet if the defensive midfielder or centre-backs don't pass the ball into creative players quickly, he can't do much, says Salah Ahmed. We have not got Bruno, Martial, Rashford, Greenwood on the ball enough. Here's Fosu-Mensah down the left-hand side. What can he do? He'll come back on his right foot. Palace are pressing high like Southampton, and United are still insisting in playing from the back. We waste too much time stuck in our box, says Mustafa Hamada. Yeah, I think United need to adapt tactically here. They do, because Palace are just doing what they did, what Southampton did. You're right. And now we've got a drinks break now. And they are pressing high up the pitch. Stop the crab football and move the ball quicker. Well, Ollie's talking to Pogba there, and I'm pretty sure he will be saying exactly what a lot of you are saying, which is you've got to move the ball quicker. It's too lethargic. If that was a boxing match, that first 20 minutes, Palace have won it on points. That's not acceptable. It's not acceptable at all. There's a lethargy. There's a weakness to the way that we're playing. Hoping this is the last time we play Thursday, says Ashley Crane. And whenever we are up against press players snapping at our heels, we aren't quick enough to find passes between the lines. Yeah, as I said, Mustafa Hamada said it, didn't he? There, we are not moving the ball quick enough from back to front. Everybody, it feels to me like McTominay's playing a very conservative game. He doesn't want to express. McTominay looks scared to me. I'm not saying he is scared, but he looks scared. He looks like he doesn't want to play a risky pass. He wants to just keep playing side to side. Same with Maguire and Lindelof. I think Maguire and Lindelof have got to bring the ball to the midfield and then play the pass. We can't just keep going side to side. We've got to be a little bit adventurous at the back. We've looked limp at the start against Villa, Southampton and now Crystal Palace. This isn't a coincidence. Lack of focus or tactics against pressing, says Haggendell. We've got to start learning to deal with this press, because otherwise more and more people will do it. West Ham will do it. Leicester will do it. Stephen Zebeda, welcome. Latest member of the United Stand Members Club. Thank you for joining. And we don't play next Thursday, 2002. We're playing next Wednesday. Thanks for the sticker from Zane, who's laughing, even though it's 0-0. And Smith Jones says, I'm sorry, but McSauce's pants, and we've got him till 2025. Just an average player riding his luck at United because he shows passion. Ooh. And you beat a press with a press. You lose the ball, go right back into their faces and get it back, says Ollie Smith. There's not enough energy. Not enough energy in the team. Palace are the better team. Do they look like they're going to score? Not really. But they've been the better team, Crystal Palace. Palace have only scored 2 goals in the last 15. They won't score against us, but not from that anyway. Zaha heads it over. But they've had way more pressure than us in the final third. It's not acceptable. This it's slow. We look tired, says Brandon. I don't think tiredness comes into it. Everybody else is playing these games. What? Tell me a game we've played more than anybody else. Everybody else is playing weekend, midweek. See, that's a sideways pass from Pogba there. Can we not turn and play a forward pass? This is lethargic. This is silly. See, Pogba's been messing about with the ball there. He's done well. But if you get the ball moving quicker, they can't get 3 players on you. Got to create more chances. Just like it looks like we've lost a bit of momentum. No speed on the ball, no urgency. Just look terrible, says Sean Turner. Rashford's got it on the edge of the box. Fosu-Mensah, little dink to the back post. Nobody's there. Oh, Wan-Bissaka is. Lay it to Mason. Oh, lay it to Mason. You're not left-footed and you're not going to score from there. It's like bloody playing FIFA Pro Clubs when someone decides to shoot when there's an easy pass on. Sorry, I play a lot of Pro Clubs and I get pissed off with people not laying it off to me in space on the edge of the box. Little bit better from United though. That's it. Go forward. 1-star weak foot there, says LUHG. This is exactly like the end of last season. After the brilliant win, we just dropped our form and energy and we don't know why, says Varren. Well, it can't happen again. It can't happen again. We've got to graft our way through this. I don't mind if we win playing badly, but you've got to win. We can't keep putting Maguire under all this pressure. We need to make passing options for the centre-backs and transition the ball before they get set, says Ollie Chadwick. Spot on. And Ollie does not have a plan B and should be sacked if no Champions League, says Ziggy Johnson. Here's Martial. Oh, what? That was the best bit of play of the game. Martial, good play in the box, cuts it back across the face of the goal, and Greenwood just snatches at it. It's on his left foot as well. Lovely play by Martial. Watch this, though. Fights. Finds the ball. You'd expect Greenwood to score from there. Left foot. Just doesn't connect. Half a chance. Flanjo says, what are Ollie's weaknesses, Mark? Well, everyone else get in the comments. What do you think Ollie's weaknesses are? I think that just a lack of experience, and he's got to learn. He's got to learn from that, hasn't he? Harry Maguire's gone down here. Seems to have hurt his head. Yes, that would hurt. Ooh. Do your cheekbone doing that. Maybe Shaw haters will realise his importance today, says Sarab Chowdhury. And Warrior Fellaini says, Mctominy will never have the field vision to understand how to play CDM defensively or advancing the ball upfield. He doesn't have it. Look at him. Trent Singh says, Mark Palace has shown no respect to Wan-Bissaka's attacking play. He's unmarked with loads of space. Hope he proves them wrong. And welcome to Steve. Oh, no, I've done that, Stephen. Thank you very much. Well, Harry Maguire here is having a bit of a check on his head. I don't think Harry Maguire looks in a good position there. Oh no, he's alright. Must have been the camera angle. He looked a little bit fuzzy. I thought he did look a bit concussed, Callum O'Connor, yeah. Although he's walking quite straight there. Look how big he is. Look at that. It's like Frodo and Gandalf. He's tiny. Half an hour of cow pat, says Alex Griffiths. And hi, Mark. Say hi to Kenya. Hello to Kenya. A country. I don't normally say hello to countries, but hello, Kenya. If any other countries want to shout out, I'm more than happy to do it. But Lennon Jones, you're a prat, says Gaming Alpha. But I think we have missed Luke Shaw. The reason is, if you look at the way Palace are playing, they're playing with two up front, and then they're sort of like playing with a very narrow four. The flanks are open. Now, I don't think Wan-Bissaka going forward with the ball is particularly good. Look how wide. There's loads of space on the flanks, and I think that's because they know that Luke Shaw's not playing. Got to use the flanks more, but it's a bit of a dead flank with Fosu-Mensah. Pogba! Oh, penalty! It's got to be a penalty! What are you looking at, ref? You bloody idiot! Wetter than a fisherman's pocket! That's a bloody penalty! It's after the ball! You are a clown! What is your name? Get your makeup on! That was a bloody penalty! VAR! That looked like a penalty every day of the week to me. Every day of the week. What a prat. VAR won't go against him. I'll have to see it again, but I think that's a penalty. He's passed the ball off, and then there's a contact afterwards. We're not getting it anyway. Lovely play by Bruno. Oh, it nearly worked. Mike says it wasn't a penalty, honestly. Maybe he's rewound it. VAR won't be given a penalty now. It's too long. Switch it, Mctominy. Lovely ball. That's better. Greenwood. Into Bruno. Into Bruno. Into Bruno. Oh, what's that pass, Mason? What's that pass? Come on. He's put too much power on it. Surely a yellow, if not a pen. Clear as dive for me. Clear as a day for me, says Salah Ahmed. But look at that. Greenwood. He's put too much on it. Why? That's such an easy pass to play. Nah, it's not a penalty. It's not a dive either. No, it's not a penalty and it's not a dive, to be fair. You have to see it back. That clip of you accidentally going live popped up on my recommendations and that was hilarious, says Sheriff Kamath Fitness. And can you give a shout out to Vinegar of Hesseling, says Vinbra. There you go. I think honesty when on reflection is always a good thing. To me, it wasn't a penalty. Mark, can you give a shout out to the Isolated Idiots Pro Clubs who are better than your Pro Clubs team? I'll play you. I'll play you. Charlie is a red. Now I've got a better team now. And but shout out to the Isolated Idiots. And do you think fear of the manager is healthy in the dressing room? Wish we could see more touchline emotion from Ollie when the chips are down. Says Richard. The only time we don't get a penalty it is, says Jordan Vlogs. I don't think it was a penalty, actually, and now I've looked it back. I mean, Wan-Bissaka's just been booked there. Mark, can you say Emily Waiton, stop complaining, let Ian watch the United stand, you prat. She thinks I watch too much, says Son Goku. Martial's been great today, says Tim Z335. Yeah, but United haven't been, have they? We're only 9 minutes away from half time. Bissaka could score this evening, says Charlie Bennett. Stop playing too slow. We're seeing a lot of that in the live comments. Captain Caveman says, how much do we have to pay for you to join our pro club? I've never thought of that before. I'm actually very good on pro clubs. I'm playing in a team for Division 3 at the moment. And I'm probably the best player. But I'm quite arrogant as well. But I'm interested in these signing on fees for pro clubs. Yeah, I could play a few guest appearances. I'll have to think of a match fee. But in seriousness, Wan-Bissaka's getting so much space down the flanks. There is so much space down the flanks. I've said this before. And I think Palace know that. They don't respect Wan-Bissaka on the right, and they certainly don't respect Fosu-Mensah. Quick super chat to support you guys. Thanks for the content and keep it up, says Martin Mason. Thanks, pal. But it's interesting. United have started to use the flanks, and we've started to get on the ball a bit better. Lovely ball out by Bruno. Look at how much space Wan-Bissaka's got. Cross comes in. Headed away. You see, there's so much room down the flanks. That's what we need to use. Don Island says, in my opinion, bring on Fred and Matic and have him sit behind Paul, Pogba, Scott and Bruno. Sub off Mason. He's doing nothing. Welcome to Jordan Vlogs, latest member of the United Stand Members Club. So we've got a corner here for Bruno. Oh, Harry Maguire just heads it wide. He's got on 3 of those. 3 good corners from Bruno. I think Harry Maguire should score there. 3 very good corners. But it's refreshing that we actually are utilising Harry Maguire with somebody who can take a corner. I think Rashi and Mason should swap wings. It will help one out, says Josh J. They are giving up the wings, though, look. I've tactically exposed that very early on. Oh, referee! Can we have a yellow card for that one, please? No. The ref's crap. He's absolutely crap. What benefit is a foul? Book them. If it's a cynical foul like that, book them. Fosu-Mensah, come back. Come home. Come home. Oh, for fucking hell. That's a simple pass on your right foot. Come on. Darth Maul deserved better. Jelly babies. Yeah, let's not be jelly babies tonight. Let's have a bit of spine. I tell you what, you don't want to be going behind in a game like this because it's going to be one of those games, isn't it? Oh no, Harry! Ooh, David De Gea is saving it again. Sloppy at the back. The McSauce experiment hasn't worked, Ollie. He needs to sub me off at half time. This is what separates top managers, being able to change their mistakes, says Smith Jones. It's doing nothing for my nerves. I don't know about you. Bruno. Rashford. He needs a pass. He needs a pass. Back post, back post. Oh, come on. That was a good opportunity. Oh, Rashford should have just shot there. He holds on to it for too long. He can't. Seconds are very important, and I think we've not played. I always say this. I say it on pro clubs actually. First touch football, unless you've got a little bit of space, then one touch and another shot. Bruno shooting from 40 yards there. Ricky's going to go mad. Bloody Bruno, I've told him, Fleck. I've bloody told him. Matic would tell him off for that. What's he shooting from 40 yards for? He's not Bobby Charlton. It's never going to work. Matic is superb at telling Bruno not to do that. We're getting stupid. We're making stupid mistakes. Bruno shouldn't be doing that. Why not Delo? I'd take him at Wolves, says Lila Bidet. I mean, I think there's a little bit of truth in what people are saying. McSauce has not been good tonight, says Mark Whitten. Well, he said pure dung, actually. And Brighton beating Southampton, boy Marpe, says Jordan M. I think he's gone with Fosu-Mensah over Delo because he's gone defensive over attack, which is not really what you want to do when you need to win a game. I think Delo would give us a little bit more going forward. He's played at left back before. And he's more of an attacking fullback. But that is an option. I don't think Fosu-Mensah can play the whole of the game anyway. So maybe he's thinking, I'm going to give an hour to Fosu-Mensah. I'm going to give half an hour to Delo. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the plan all along. Martial. Oh, trying to get Bruno in. Martial's playing well. I think Bruno's playing well when he gets on the ball. I think Pog was having to babysit Mctominy more than he would do if Matic was playing. And I don't think we're using the width enough. Jamie Wilson says Greenwood's been crap. Well, he had a good, half a chance, and then he had a really good chance to play Bruno in, and he's just fluffed those two bits. But in a game like this, where you might only get on the ball 10 times, you've got to be accurate. Remember, this is a Crystal Palace side that's lost 5 in a row. They've lost 5 in a row. They've conceded 13 goals in 5 games. And they've only scored 2. They don't look like a team like that at the moment. Three minutes to half time. Please subscribe if you're new. Palace are slowing down a bit now. It's a very good comment just coming in from I want to find you. ZRXK Football. They are slowing down a bit. That might be useful. Here's Zaha, though. Well done, Lindelof. No way. Is that a penalty? Got the ball. Shut up, Zaha. You can be wide-eyed as you like. I can see him kicking the ball from Birmingham. Like, you know, it's not a penalty. Bottom right-hand corner, please subscribe. Could have been a dangerous situation there. Well done to Lindelof. Ollie needs to bollock this side at half time. Really, really tell them off. If we concede first, I don't think we win, says Luke Kelly. I feel exactly the same. And you can only lose so much, though. This is the hardest league in the world for a reason. All small teams up their game when they play us, says Varun Chanda. And it was Dollars who said you can only lose so much. Ollie needs to be ruthless in the transfer market. Needs to get rid of some of these first team. They're spineless, says Darth Maul. Deserve better. They've just not been good enough. First half, we're just not being good enough. There's no excuses. I'm gonna tweet that. Mason's got it down the left-hand side. Oh, the switch was on to Rashford on the far right. I thought he was going to hit it. Rashford in the top of the screens had to come back. The ball was on. We're not opening. Open your vision. Open your vision. Fosu-Mensah with the cross. I'm just hoping we're going to grow into the game. McSauce needs taken off. He can't read where players are or where the passing lanes are, says Mark Whitten. In all seriousness, Matic needs to come on at half-time, says Martin Mason. Rashford! Oh, it's the T-shirt! It's the T-shirt! Marcus Rashford, 1-0 to Manchester United. The eagle has landed as Marcus Rashford missiles it into the bottom corner. Feathers everywhere. Someone call the next of kin. Crystal Palace are on the ground. Mayday, mayday, mayday. And that is a massive, massive goal for Manchester United. I told you the bloody T-shirt would work. Marcus Rashford does it. When I don't wear the jacket, it works. Rashford, 1-0 to Manchester United. Get in. Get in. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, these goals matter. And I tell you what, that is magnificent. Magnificent. It's a crappy goal. It's a crap goal. I don't really care. That's not a penalty on Zaha, by the way. He does get a bit of the ball. Relax. Frankie goes to Hollywood. Look at them. Look at them trying to give Palace a penalty now. He kicks the bloody ball. He kicks the bloody ball, you cheating cretins. Kiss my arse. Right on half time. Now that's football. That is football. That is scoring when you're playing badly. That's what you want. McSauce with the breakthrough pass, says Alvin. Yeah, confidence, confidence. Step forward, do your thing. What's happening here? It's giving a free kick to Palace. 4 minutes of added time. Right on the edge of the box. Mason Greenwood, be careful. People who talking crap on Mctominy need to shut up. He's the only one making positive passes. Mctominy created that goal, says Vic Vinegar. Well, they do fancy Mctominy as the sort of heir to the role, but Mark's T-shirt gets the assist. Come on. That works again. None of that wearing a jacket crap anymore. Just go with the T-shirt. Go with the T-shirt. That's put a downer on my evening, says Zane. I love it. Anyway, they've got a free kick here. Free kick to Palace, edge of the box. It's right on the far corner. This won't cause De Gea a problem. It's more about second balls, winning the first header, winning the second ball. It's not a shooting chance. No. Whoa, wow, I tell you what, it was a shooting chance and De Gea has to make a good save from it. I mean, look, I don't think De Gea's had to face anything ridiculously hard today, but he has had to make 3 saves. That free kick, that's good. It's one for the cameras really from De Gea, but it's a good free kick. He's done well. Cleared again. Second balls, win the second balls, win the second balls. Win the second balls. We've got a bit of a break here. Down the wing to Rashford. Tony. Look at Tony. What the fragging hell is that, Marcus? Come on. Final ball. Don't worry, he scored a goal. That's all that matters. But good save by De Gea, though. Whoo! Zane, have a nice evening, says Jordan Such. The battle between those two is funny. That goal came from the first time we one-touch pass from the build-up, says Michael Hawks. And that's put her down on me, says Zane. Yeah, exactly. Half-time there. Manchester United leading 1-0. That's a big, big goal. To be honest, I wish that was full-time. I don't care about how Manchester United played today. For me, it's about getting the win, of course. That's what we need to do. And look, not a fantastic first half, but I think the way it's played out, and I'm sure Roy will be very unhappy, but the way that half has played out is that Manchester United are leading 1-0. Crystal Palace are not a very good side. We didn't have a very good half. Well, as soon as we start to move the ball quicker, we have caused them some problems. But I think on the balance of the half, Palace will feel a little bit more, will feel a bit upset. But, you know, United, we might play like that in the second half, win 1-0, and we'll take so much from it. We've just got to get 3 points today. Mark, can you wear more than one T-shirt? The T-shirts are magic. The T-shirts are magic. I can't say anything more than that. But a horrible first half, said someone. I can smell our performance tonight, says Dan O'Keefe. If we win by 4 goals, we're into top 4, says Kashif. We don't look like doing that. Why are we playing so bad, says Michelle. Mark, Ollie better give them an earful, says Aaron Haywood. And as United fans are special, says Bruce Locks. He won't. Ollie will be happy with that half, says I3377MUFC. Why is orange jam called marmalade, says Mark Holder. Don't know. And need another goal, says Pradeep. This shows we still need signings, says James Bortles. Boring tactics, says Siab. For me, I think Manchester United have moved the ball too slowly in that half. I think we can all see that. I think the wings have been wide open. Bruno got the assist again, says Pira. I don't know whether that's true or not. It's easy to see how we miss Shaw on that left-hand side going forward, says Adetola Quadri. This, for me, is where United have got it wrong today. Look, Matic is not playing. That's a big loss. Mctominy has grown into the game. I think that's fair to say. Some would say worse, some would say better, but he's grown into the game. But the big thing for me is that Crystal Palace and Hodgson have said you can have the width. They've let, Wan-Bissaka's been unmarked. Fosu-Mensah has been unmarked. And I think we've missed Luke Shaw tonight massively. And I think even Brandon Williams we've missed because they would get forward on that left-hand side. Fosu-Mensah's not there to do that job. So we're not having the width that we normally have. And United are always about the width. And we have been about the width in the last few games. So, yeah, I just think, look, the goals is fantastic. And at the end of the day, we could have played really, really well and been 0-0 at half-time. I don't think we've played particularly well, but we're 1-0 up. And to be honest, 3 points is going to be far more important than playing well tonight. Flex, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. What were your thoughts on that half, pal?
Really bad. I said it was worse than the first half at Spurs. I thought how badly we were playing. No intent on the passes. Nobody wanted to take any risks. I think at fullback, it's exactly what I thought would happen, what was kind of predicted in terms of I think Fosu-Mensah will play within himself. He won't be looking to go galloping forward, overlapping Rashford. Everything he wants to do, wants to come up onto his right and just keep the ball. I don't necessarily blame him. It's just not a capability he possesses. So that's an issue. And just in general, we were sloppy on the ball. It was like our confidence had just been sucked away from us. Crystal Palace playing very similarly to Southampton in terms of pressing us, energetic. And we didn't really have an answer. We're just too slow, too lethargic on the ball. Bruno coming deep to try and get it. Martial not in the game. And I wanted to talk about Greenwood in terms of playing against another fullback like Bertrand, who likes to go forward a lot. Difficult for him to get in the game. We spoke about Zaha being able to get runs at Lindelof and Wan-Bissaka not playing very well, and that kind of has happened. But listen, in one move, though, we've showed just why we're so frustrated as United fans as to why we've played so poorly in that first half, because when they do zip it in, when they do make angles, when they do pass with intent, that's how easy we can open them up. Before that,
it's been too slow, hasn't it? It's been really
way
slow.
too slow. Before that, we only really looked threatening from from set pieces, from corners, from Harry Maguire. So, David De Gea has done his work well. They're saves that you expect him to make, but he's made them with no errors, which has helped. But it just really has been too slow. But the best thing is Rashford having the composure to sit them defenders down and obviously slot that in. He's coming into form at the right time. He's slowly been building, and he hasn't had the best game because no one has, but a well-taken finish to put us in the driver's seat. And I think Ollie would just be saying to him, look, you've got to up this tempo. You can see what happens when we do it, and I don't know why we're not.
Bruno passed the ball to Rashi, says Nickel. Jordan such as I was expecting a hard-fought game and they gave Chelsea a proper hard game. Winning, not playing well to Palace is no bad. Aldap says, reminds me of LVG days, we're playing with fear. And Sagar says, Mark, we can't play like this against Leicester. We need to take this half as levelling back up. And Shelley Duzuza says, Mark, the first half was really poor. The tempo is really slow. The forwards are not pressing. And now Saeed and Adam can see how much Shaw is missed. I don't know whether Adam's against Shaw, actually. I think he quite likes him.
No,
but
Adam's not against Shaw.
Yeah, but I do think that, look, that was a poor half. I think Palace were the better team. United didn't play very well, but we played within ourselves. I did tweet it out. I said, look, what's the excuse? Palace are playing better than us. What is the excuse? Because we are better than them. And I think the goal is, look, doesn't surprise me. Palace are not as good as us. They've been better than us. They don't take their chances. They can't create their chances. And we have got quality and we score a goal. We deserve to be winning for that reason. But welcome to Power, the latest member of the United Stand Members Club, by the way. But the reality is that we are not playing well, but we may need to win playing not well to get the confidence back. This team
and we don't mind that.
This team needs to learn to get confident. It's not always going to go your way. That's
what we wanted against Southampton.
Yeah.
It wasn't a great performance. We were under the cosh for large spells. We were second best for large spells, but we found ourselves 2-1 up with 1 minute to go and the corner to go, and we didn't do it. So there's nothing wrong with. I think this team needs that element. We've been brushing teams aside by 3 or 4 goal margins, looking all great, not conceding goals. Yeah, Bruno, amazing, all this stuff. But what happens when Bruno has a stinker? What happens when Pogba has a stinker? What happens when we're under the cosh?
Just very quickly.
Oh, mate, do you know what? I'll tell you what.
Kicks the ball.
I was nervous, but I think he gets just enough.
Kicks the ball.
Just enough. But
I could see it from here.
Kicks the ball. You knew it straight away. You got the ball.
Yeah. Kicks the ball. Oh, look.
I needed to see the replay to see.
People ain't coming at me and telling me that Bruno's wasn't a penalty against Villa, and then they're telling me this is a penalty. He gets the ball.
No, this is more of a case. This
kicks the ball.
He kicks the ball just, but he kicks Zaha's ankle almost at the same time. So, yeah, I need to see it back again. But even when I saw it the first couple of times, I was a bit like, I'll tell you what, this can get given here. Here we go. I'm just watching it back now.
No confidence and playing scared. Does that come to poor player management, says Mark Perez. And Palace have been hard to break down and played well on the counter. To be 1-0 up at half-time is decent, but we need another to kill the game off, says Lee McDermott. Well, hopefully they'll open up a little bit, because the way we move the ball here is
he does kick the ball. Yeah, he does.
It's a great goal, this is, and it's Martial and Bruno. I think Martial and Bruno have played well today. They just we haven't got them on the ball enough.
I'm not going to lie, Mark. I wouldn't say that Bruno's played well. I think in a he kicks the ball. Yeah, well done, Victor Lindelof. I think that earlier on he was really frustrating me. I'm not going to lie about that. Martial less so, because I just think he saw less of the ball. But it's that thing with Bruno. Look, even when the chips are down and we're not playing well, he's still going to try stuff. So I do kind of like it, because look, at the end of the day, he tried something and then we scored as well. So he's going to play like that. But I don't think he was playing.
Ricky will get mad about that 40-yard shot.
Oh, I was fuming. I was fuming with that. You just want the ball to keep ticking over and keep trying it, but he just tries it too much. But that was good there. Bit fortune.
Greenwood's been off, I tell you. Greenwood had that cutback from Martial, didn't connect. The worst one was the running through, and he's just got to roll it into Bruno's path and over it.
Too heavy.
Yeah.
Too heavy, yeah. Too heavy. I mean, and look, and that's just it with Greenwood. We're not going to get on this, but he's such a young kid that he's going to come in and out of form. And, I don't want to keep going back to the whole, you're bored of that argument, so am I. But it just shows why we can't just rely on Mason. I'm not saying get him off and bring Dan James on, but I have seen in the last couple of games against left-backs who do like going forward, he's found it a little tougher. He's back on the edge of his box. He's wrestling with Zaha, give away a free kick. And what they're doing is leaving Wan-Bissaka as well. It's like they're happy for him to have the ball because he hasn't been that productive with it. It's almost like they say, look, we used to play against him. We know he's not he might not hurt us. I think they're quite happy for that. And Van Aanholt is always going to want to go forward, and that's forcing Mason back, similar to Bertrand.
I disagree that we've been bad, says Ash G. It's just a competitive game and we battle to earn the right to score. Second half should be easier. Hope so. With all the open space on the right, Palace are giving us, do you think this is a good game for Dan James to come on later and exploit? Says Fozzy2K3. Strutson says strikers dropping down to mark Pogba, then mid-marking Bruno, pushing us to the left side because Fosu is no attacking threat. Players a bit scared. Chelsea's an example. They're not playing particularly great, but they're winning their matches even if they're second best. Welcome to Carl Peacock, latest member of the United Stand Members Club. And Mark, do you think Lingard could get a chance to redeem himself tonight? Says Akshay Sood. And Ali, sorry, let me just read that. I don't know why that's not come through. I mean, look, I think subs are going to be important in the second half, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Delo after about 10 minutes or so. And obviously Lingard's on the bench as well. Duncan says, shockingly bad half. Only Tony, Rashford and De Gea can be proud. McT awful, protecting the back four and the touch of Lukaku. Please bring Matic on. Mctominy swapped form with Matic from the beginning of the season, says Jake Howard. I think, look, Matic has been in such good form, and I'm sure Ricky's going to talk about this in his fan cam, that we have missed Matic. That's the bottom line. And
100%.
McTominay is having to do a very important role when he's not really been playing. Zach Thomas says De Gea's been looking better. But I think Pogba's had to play... We're not playing with one holding midfielder like we do with Matic. Pogba's having to play very deep as well.
Yeah, he is.
To accompany him.
I don't think McTominay's actually screening very well.
No. Pogba's definitely playing next to him. It's not a 4-1-2.
No, he's playing next to him. No, he's playing next to him. Yeah, 100%. I just feel that it does feed into what we were saying of can McTominay adapt to that role, and we know he can't do that role as good as Matic. Matic's the best person we have for that role. And maybe that has made Pogba play a little bit differently. But a couple of times Pogba early on, dwelling on the ball, a couple of silly challenges, just taking a little bit long to do things, as well as others. Just generically, the general consensus about us is taking long to do everything. I think Fosu-Mensah is not going to get the ball quickly and burst past someone and whip a ball in. We know that. I think Fosu-Mensah is just doing what he can do. You know, he's keeping it steady, making sure Townsend doesn't get in on him and rinse him going back the other way, and just keep the ball. I think he's just keeping it simple and giving it to people who can play. He knows he's playing like a player who, one, hasn't played in a long time, which you can expect, and two, playing like a player who knows he's just filling in not his favourite positions. That's what it looks like to me. It's like a very safe performance, and you can't blame him for that.
Farhan says, I think McTominay and Fred struggle when they don't play regularly. They started to build something solid when they were regulars. I think that's a good point. Matic has definitely been missed alongside Luke. Fosu doesn't have the same intent as Shaw. Maguire has played well, says Jordan Ali. And Mark, do you think the team is weak against high-pressing opposition, says Rian? I don't think we are weak. I think Flex has said it. I think everyone in the first half said it. We're not weak. We're just not moving the ball quick enough. The space is down the flanks. But Wan-Bissaka, I think what we've seen today for me is that Luke Shaw is far more smoother moving down the left-hand side than Wan-Bissaka is down the right. And I'd never know. And I think Wan-Bissaka does get used down the right, but I think we use the left a lot more. And I think that I bet Luke Shaw has way more touches than Wan-Bissaka when they play.
Yeah, 100. The thing is with Wan-Bissaka is, let's stop talking about defending because we know he's got that clear. I think he's quite an unorthodox player. I don't think he's
not smooth
naturally
on the ball, is he?
He's not naturally gifted on the ball, and I think it's something that he will have to work extremely hard at. I think Luke Shaw has a better touch than him, better control than him. But the thing is with Bissaka is that he's so direct and uses his athleticism is that he can probably get past someone quicker than Shaw and whip a ball in. Do you know what I mean? Whereas Luke Shaw, I think, has a bit more guile and intent in terms of in his head, in terms of getting at people. Whereas Wan-Bissaka, I see it as all ability, and that was my only thing with Wan-Bissaka. Look, he's got quite a few assists this year. He's done okay, but it's still an area that needs to be worked on. It's still an area that even the opposition go, don't mind him having it. Yeah, I don't really. If I give it to him with space and back off him so he can't go past me, what's he going to do? He's not going to whip an amazing ball in from deep like a Trent would. All he's going to do is kind of pop it off or try and come towards me. So I think the not getting tight to Wan-Bissaka probably helps them. That's why I can clearly see that they're letting him have it.
Welcome to the Members Club, Zach Thomas. Thanks for joining. Ben Woodward said that Rio said it was a penalty. I mean, look, ex-legend of the club or not, it's not a penalty. Okay, so what? Rio Ferdinand says it was a penalty. I must repent. No, it's not a penalty for me. He kicks the ball before he kicks the player, so it's not a penalty.
If it had got given, I could have seen an argument. But having
If
seen
you
a
kick the ball
slow-mo
before you
replay-
kick the player, it's not a penalty, is it?
Yeah, he did.
Watch,
he did kick
the
the ball
ball
before the
moves.
player, even though it was so slight. It doesn't matter. He still did.
Yeah, that's
it.
like, look, I think if you go through the player's foot to get the ball, that's a penalty.
Yeah.
But when you're talking margins there. It's an attempt to kick the ball, and he kicks the ball. It's not a penalty. He fractionally might touch the player's leg before he gets the ball, but it doesn't. He doesn't have to kick the player to get the ball, is what I'm saying. The intent is to get the ball, and he does get the ball. So for me, that's not a penalty.
Yeah.
Rio's wrong.
I hear what you're saying. Say that again.
Rio is wrong.
Who's wrong? Oh, Rio.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was close though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it was close.
I was worried about Zaha getting into positions like that, and he has done that quite a lot actually in that first half. So I was worried. Look, this second half though, Mark, we've got to get the tempo. Just looking at it again there. Yeah, look, he plays the ball just. Yeah, they're circling it there. He plays it just. So, is that the referee basically saying that second referee saying he just about got the ball?
Yeah, well, I thought that straight away. I think when you know ball, you can see it, and I saw it. I saw it first time.
Because the ball kept going in the same direction.
Yeah. I just thought the ball's. He's got the ball there. The only thing was whether he took the player's leg before he got the ball, and I think in that situation, maybe he did touch the leg a little bit before the ball, but the reality is he's trying to kick the ball, and he does kick the ball. So
yeah, fair enough.
Anyway, you're going to be on the fan cams in a bit, mate. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, I will do. Yeah, I'll see you at the end.
Cheers,
well,
pal.
I won't see you, but you know what I mean. Bye.
Flex UTD on Twitter if you want to give Flex a follow. Make sure you give us a subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, bottom right hand corner. We're very close to I'll tell you what we're close to in a minute. And if you are watching on Twitch, thanks everyone who's tuning in on there. Coke the Cola says, in this game we have to be smarter and not be attacking all the time. We have to be good and pay attention. I think there will be opportunities on the break in this game. Palace are losing the game, so they're going to have to come forward a little bit, and United like to hit on the break. So, maybe actually playing a little bit like we did in the first half will help us get that killer goal, because moving the ball around in our own half and inviting Palace on, they're going to get more and more tetchy, so to speak. So I think that's a way to play. So yeah, give us a follow if you're watching on Twitch. Thank you for the sticker, Renate Fjellstad. And Wan looks bad because now we attack and he has to go forward instead of sit back and defend, says Sunshine Digital Media Agency. And Harold Dreyer says it's looking sketchy. Hopefully we can get another goal and kill the game before we do any subs. Got to get the 3 points today. Got to get the 3 points today. That's what matters. I mean, I'd love to win 3 or 4-0 and boost the goal difference. And maybe if you'd said to me a week ago, that's what I would have been expecting out of this game. But to be honest, the way we're playing at the moment, the way the results have gone for Chelsea and Leicester, winning the game is the most important thing. Please subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner. We're only a couple of hundred subscribers away from 752,000. So bottom right hand corner to subscribe. We're live every night at 8 o'clock. We've got live morning show, Man United News, 10 a.m. every day. And then obviously match days as well. So lots to get involved in. Cheats never prosper. Where have United cheated? Well, Aman Greg on Twitch says Varchester United. I mean, look, I've had this for years. I've supported United for over 3 decades, and this is what happens with United. There is no talking to people who don't like United. They'll say we've been lucky. They'll say it should have been a penalty. I think we have been a little bit lucky in the sense that Palace were the better team in the second half. But then again, Martial's going to keep this in. Lovely bit of running by Martial. And it's gone for a goal kick. No, it's gone for a corner. Good. That's great running by Martial, this. It looks like a dead ball, but he's ran it. He's kept it in on the touchline. And then he's won a corner as well. That's fantastic. Absolutely brilliant from Martial there. Don't you know, pump it up, because Wickham's going up, says Ben WWFC. There you go. Will Spurs beat Leicester, do you feel, says Luke Kelly? I don't feel anything, because I just feel that United need to beat Palace first. I'm not overly confident we're going to beat West Ham. Although it's at Old Trafford, we'll beat West Ham at Old Trafford. For some reason, I keep thinking the West Ham game's at their place. I think we will beat West Ham at Old Trafford. I mean, look. Casper Jenkins says Martial equals class. McTominay's won a free kick error on the right hand side. Bruno on the free kick again. Can he put it on Harry Maguire's head? Good cross again. It's going to go for a throw in on the other side. Remember, you can vote for your player ratings in the second half. I will drop the link in the video description at some point. The United stand. This is new over the last couple of weeks. It's absolutely fantastic. Player ratings on my match reaction. Obviously, I'll give my player ratings, but we have this system on the website now where you can all vote for your player ratings out of 10, and it will aggregate everybody's score together, so you get the most accurate player ratings anywhere because thousands of you vote for it. Each individual player. Well, United have started off this second half quite well. We were having quite a lot of the ball in the final third. There's no way that's a foul by Pogba. This ref's not good apart from the penalty decision, which he got right. Bruno got another assist, says Jacob Reeve. Yep. I tell you, he's a stat padder. In the best possible way, he's a stat padder. The result is all that matters today. In the past 7 years, we've not had the mental resolve to bounce back from a disappointment, says Naladri. You're right, the result is very important today, because I think if United did win today, they'd then take confidence into the West Ham game. We've got to get the confidence back, effectively. Van Aanholt. Get rid of it. Maguire, well done. There will be a feeling that maybe Palace deserve to be level, and they may feel that themselves, but that's not how football works. United have just got to be clinical here. There's definitely going to be opportunities if we work hard. Rashford's works really hard there. And we seem to be pressing a bit higher up this half. The front three seem to be pressing better. There's the ball over the top. Well done, Harry Maguire. Very good from Maguire there. He's up against pace and he wins the ball. Palace still competitive. They won't want to lose again. Sean Turner says Mr. Agenda is off on Twitter again tonight. He has no clue what he's talking about when it comes to football. Embarrassing. I don't know who you're talking about. There's so many people you could be talking about. I don't know. Zaha's been a big threat, says Kahir. And who scored, says Hizzard05. Rashford. And I'm Alex, says I just hope that we don't concede in the dying moments of the game. Yeah, we don't want to be 1-0 up with 5 minutes to go. We need to get a second goal quicker than that. I think the centre-backs have played well today. I mean, look, some people are going to say it should have been a penalty on Zaha. I think it was a well-timed tackle by Lindelof. Adam Cook says, imagine a 1-1 draw, it'd be a shambles. Oh, this is good play. Good block. I mean, that's not good enough again from United there. I mean, Zaha's a fantastic player. I'm sure Zane's thinking he's coming to Arsenal, but look at Zaha here. He shouldn't be getting that sort of space. The way he turns Lindelof, if he gets that shot right, it's going to be a very difficult save for De Gea. But he's a quality player, and that's the thing, isn't it? You know, you can be clinical, you can be cynical about defenders, but I mean, really, he just turned Lindelof too easy there. But he's a quality player. Mark Jones says Zaha needs containing. Zaha should be playing for a better club than Palace, with all due respect. Well done, Fosu-Mensah there. Defensively, very good. I think this could start an attack. Oh, Bruno. I think Bruno's probably pushed the envelope a bit too much today. I've seen a bit too many of those long-range, wieldy passes. And I know, look, he said it himself, he likes to play these, take risks. Oh, Wan-Bissaka. They're doubling up on Wan-Bissaka a lot. United still having to do a lot of defending here. Mark, Zaha's boyhood club was Arsenal. He will join us and become a legend, says Amiasi. Oh, Bruno, come on. Oh, he's got to do better there. Fantasy Premier League says it's an assist for Bruno, says Salah Ahmed. Well, it's a bad pass by Bruno, and it's allowed Zaha in. And they've scored on the back post. And it's only what they deserve. And it comes from a bad pass from Bruno. Zaha skips past Wan-Bissaka on the right-hand side. It's across to the back post. And Ayu's there. Who's marking Ayu? Who is marking Ayu? But it's 1-0 to Crystal Palace. It's messy. It's messy from United. It's a bad pass from Bruno. Zaha stands up Wan-Bissaka. Maguire and Fosu-Mensah are not marking Ayu on the back post. There's a little hint of offside, but this is just a bad goal all the way through. That is a bad goal all the way through. From the pass from Bruno to the inability to stop the cross from Wan-Bissaka, and then Maguire and Fosu-Mensah not marking Ayu. There's two players there. VAR is going to check it. There's a line there I'll never understand. He's onside, surely. He's offside! Bada bing, bada boom! Get in! VAR! 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 He's offside! You're offside! Forget about it! He's offside. What? Well, I don't know what this other line's all about. He's offside! Come on! Get in for VAR! Don't you just love VAR? I hate VAR, but at this moment in time, I love VAR. Can I just shock you? I love VAR. And we've been saved from a mess there. I really, really have. Offside. Get in. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. This game, it's crap. It's crap, isn't it, really? I mean, look, that we've got away with it. We have really got away with it. There is no part of me that feels sorry about Crystal Palace because I want Manchester United to get top 4. But realistically, yeah, the game's a bit broke, isn't it? It's not great, but I didn't even think that was going to be offside. But lucky is the word. Lucky is the word. But Mason Greenwood now, he's got to sort this out. He's got to sort this out, Ollie. We've got away with murder there. We got away with it. Man City got away with it on Monday. We've got away with it on Thursday. That's a warning sign for sure. But look, what I would say about that goal, Bruno trying a stupid pass again and not making it happen. Wan-Bissaka is not playing well again. And what is Maguire and Fosu-Mensah doing? Like they're marking dead air. You've got to mark your striker. You've got to know where your striker is. I'll tell you what, if that goal had been given and Luke Shaw had been at left back, the agenda would have been real. So look, Fosu-Mensah's made a good tackle. Him and Harry Maguire have got to switch on and talk to each other there because we're very lucky not to be 1-1. You know, you're literally talking about a toenail. He's off by a toenail. That's what he's offside by. Regardless of the offside, Maguire, especially as captain, and Fosu-Mensah should be tracking that run. No spatial awareness, as Joshua Bowter. Well, the cold hard fact in this game, it's a bit like Southampton again. If we win it 1-0, we will be sat there at full time saying, I don't care. We played badly and we won. And we'll all be doing that. But if we don't win this game, we'll be going, that was crap again. So we've got time to sort this out. We're playing crap. It's deja vu from last season, says Shantan Adar. Palace have been the better team. They have, but United need to step it up. We need to step it up. Mark, you have been using my Super Chat money to sabotage the VAR, says Zayn Miasi. If it's offside, it's offside, Zayn. Thoughts on the new Man City kit? Haven't seen it, Finn Roberts. Not out of the woods yet. Defenders making fresh air. Very lucky, says Mezzy Lions. Well, they're marking fresh air, aren't they? Poor performance from United. Oh my God. He's bringing Lingard on. He's got to be bringing Lingard on for Greenwood, I think, just to do a job. Time to get Matic on. Mctominy, don't know what he's doing. No cover in front of the back four, says Sean Turner. And just imagine if Luke Shaw had made that error, says Iffy Ease. Well, Lingard coming on here has got to be for Greenwood. If it's bloody Bruno or anything like that, Ollie's a prat. He's got the only two subs I can see McTominay for Matic and Greenwood for Lingard. Do not get Lingard anywhere near the midfield. Just put him on the right wing and tell him to help out. Wan-Bissaka needs help. That's what I'm basically saying. And Lingard will run around a lot. I mean, I personally would have put Dan James on. Jordan Vlog says, Varchester, and I'm a United fan. I mean, even Ayu's doing flicks here. What a save by De Gea again. Well, it's straight at him, but he's getting a bit pissed off. Please subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner on YouTube. We're only 100 subscribers away from 752,000. And give us a follow if you're watching on Twitch. To be honest, I'd love Lingard to prove everyone wrong and score to win, but that's unlikely, says Wadua. I would love Lingard to score. Yeah, I've just tweeted it there. Lingard on for Greenwood makes sense because Jesse will just run all day and Wan-Bissaka needs the cover. Nervy. Lovely play by Martial. Here is Greenwood. Go wide to Wan-Bissaka. No, he's got to come off. He's got to come off, Mason. He's not had a good game. There was a simple pass there. McTominay's cancelling Pogba out. We look like we're playing with 10 men. We need Matic to connect the midfield up, says David Gardner. It's worrying though, isn't it? It's worrying that we're so dependent on our first 11. Well in by Fosu-Mensah. Rashford. Martial. He's going to give it to Rashford. Oh, I thought he was going to be a great goal. Lovely play between Rashford and Martial. He just doesn't quite finish it, Rashford. That's better though. The game's getting stretched here. Well done, Wan-Bissaka. And we should see the substitutions now. Lovely play though. Good tackle by Fosu-Mensah. Rashford to Martial. This is intelligent by Martial. Waits and waits and waits. And Rashford just doesn't connect well with his left foot. So Jesse should come on for Greenwood. Yeah. That's the right. That's a good. Two good subs there. Matic for McTominay, Greenwood for Lingard. I actually applaud that. I think it's a very good substitution to make. Wadu Will says Lingardinho. We just need someone down that right hand side who can just do an honest running job, and I think Lingard can do that. Come on, Jesse. Come on. Messi Lingard incoming. Crystal Palace, 16th of July, 2020. Jesse Lingard back. It's not like that, is it? Lingard's back, man. Lingard is back. I'd love him to score. I'd love him to score. I really would. That would be on. I don't know why that's in my ear, by the way. I'm trying to keep myself calm here. That's why I'm doing stupid things, because I'm very nervous. I mean, look, I'll be totally honest with you. Palace deserve to be level. I think we all know that. Palace have played very, very well. Look at this again. That right. I mean, Lingard's on there, and they've got to communicate. Wan-Bissaka and Lingard, they've got to communicate there. He's got lots of space. Imagine if Jesse scores just like the FA Cup final, says Varun Chanda. He might get an opportunity on the break, but I just don't know what's going on with us defensively. So much space on that Wan-Bissaka side. Can we not just spread and say, like, I think Wan-Bissaka's tucking in to help the defence because of the lack of pace, but it leaves us open on the right-hand side. Pogba's been terrible tonight, says Sam the Man. I think Pogba hasn't been great, but you wonder how much he's had to play next to Matic. He's played very deep. I think we've massively missed Luke Shaw, and I think we've massively missed Matic. Well done, Rashford. Lingard, go wide. Go wide. Martial. Bruno. Why is he giving Lingard another chance? Foolish, says Silver Zander. I think he wants some experience on. Ayu's gone down here. Yellow card. Harry Maguire. Bit clumsy. I think the players is feeling the schedule, says Strutson. But he's not. Is that not a silly excuse, really? Is everybody not feeling the schedule? Oh, I'm feeling the schedule. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the nerves. I'm proper feeling the nerves here. Southampton have just scored, apparently. Hatchet Harry. Mark, you kind of look like one of the assistant coaches with that shirt on. Wouldn't mind having you on the sidelines. Imagine me on the sidelines. Bryce Jones. De Gea for man of the match. Great saves tonight, says Ryan Coolan. I think De Gea's played well. I think Martial's played well when we've got him on the ball, which hasn't been enough. Jordan Vlog says that Ings has equalised. Apart from that, I mean, look, I don't think there's many United players that have played that well tonight. You'll be doing the player ratings, remember, but Matic should make... Oh, Rashford, come on. I don't get how, for nearly 70 minutes, we've been the second best team in this game. It's worrying. Townsend won't keep that in. Drinks break now. Let's have a look what people are saying. Roy Keane 08 says, Mark, read my comment for once. I just did. Matic is on now. We can hold our nerves, says Jellybaby 92. Do you think we will still get top four even though we're playing like this? Says Josh King 30. And I just hope Lingard scores in order to get some decent fee for him, says Karam Van Jabal. I hope he scores just so we can get bloody top four, mate. I mean, look, you can't say if we win tonight playing like this that we won't get top four because we'll get beat by Leicester. Leicester got beat by Bournemouth the other night. They've got no Chilwell, no Maddison, no Ricardo Pereira, no Sionku. And they battered Sheffield United tonight. They could have won 4 or 5-0. So performances aren't determined by how well you play in one game. But, you know, I don't understand why we've not played well tonight. I don't understand. Monty Python, blessed are the Pratts, says the alien. I don't know why we've not played well tonight. It's worrying. I think in different circumstances, we might have drawn this game. This is Southampton all over again, says Dylan Bradley. Pressure is affecting all the top teams recently. Yeah, look, you know what? Chelsea against Norwich at Stamford Bridge. I know they had a lot of chances, but I would have expected them to win that game, 3 or 4-0, to be honest. So, everybody gets affected. I just hope we can get over the line here. Second goal and it's over. Palace have only scored 2 goals in their last 5 games. So if we get the second goal, it's over. We should have the quality to get the second goal. Here's Matic. See, look at Matic there, holding them back. At the moment, I wouldn't give Pogba anything higher than an average 6. I mean, you lot will be voting, to be fair. And obviously I'll do mine as well, but... Matic makes such a difference to the team, though. It's amazing, really. Oh, what's he done? What's Matic doing there? He gets away with it. He's doing everything right there, and then he goes and loses the bloody ball. Everybody's at it tonight. I don't know what they're doing, everybody. I just don't know what they're doing. Here's Bruno. Tried to do a reverse no-look cross. Didn't quite work, but he gets it back. That's a corner, surely, ref. Surely a corner. I felt a deflection. We just need to do... Look, I know Crystal Palace are going to attack us, but the problem in this second half is that they've attacked us a lot and we've not attacked them. Palace are going to make a sub. MacArthur comes off. Schlupp comes on. Good player, Schlupp, Well, I say good player. He's never going to play top 4 football, but he's decent. How nervous are we feeling, everybody? I don't know which way this is going to go. I wish I did. United on the attack now with Wan-Bissaka down the right-hand side. I just hope tonight can be the result we wanted on Monday night. I don't care if we play crap. I just want the 3 points. At this point of the season, it really doesn't matter. You can't play scintillating 5-0 football every week. We've had that. We've had it quite recently. It's now time to go and... Matic again there. It's a poor ball. I'll be honest. The energy of Palace is way more than ours. I don't get it. Better play here from United. Poor ball by Bruno. Don't think Bruno's had a great game again. I think it's going to be, for me, it's a game where, he's got an assist. Lingard's got to be stronger there. Shot by Schlupp. We've got to put the foul in if you need to put the foul in, mate. Put that foul in. If play like this, we don't deserve Champions League football, says Michelangelo69. I don't think you can say that, Michelangelo69. I don't think you can say that Manchester United don't deserve top 4 because Chelsea have lost 11 games. Leicester have been crap since Christmas. This is not a vintage Premier League season, so I wouldn't go as far as to say United don't deserve top 4. You should see some of the results Chelsea and Leicester have had. It's about who gets top 4 deserves it. If we don't get top 4, we don't deserve it, do we? That's as simple as that. Apparently Bruno did get an assist, I was told. We need a sports psychologist to help us mentally, says Jake Welsh. Why have United started playing little passes in our own box this season instead of just clearing our lines, just asking for trouble, says Ian Notley. Would you still take Ndidi and Sancho instead of Grealish, says Jordan Vlogs. I think we do need a centre defensive midfielder. Right, Bruno, use the ball better this time. That's it. Nice little ball. Here's Martial off the left. Into Rashford. Cut back. Bruno. Oh, he's hit the post. Chance of the game.
chance of the game. It was lovely, lovely. It would have been a lovely goal. Cuts it back, Rashford. He would have had an assist. It's a lovely, lovely, lovely play. Really good play from our own half. That would have been a great, great goal. And Bruno hits the post. You'd have put your wife on it, or your husband. Teams have figured out that if you press and run at us, we have no answer. We are too slow off the back, and that breaks our rhythm, says Neil Powell. Yeah, but when we move the ball quickly, like we did just then, we're very, very good. I can't believe it didn't go in. Here's Martial. Now Bruno. No, don't shoot. Here's Wan-Bissaka. Oh, what we doing? Silly flicks for there. I just hope that Bruno chance is not going to be the chance that hurts us. 15 minutes to go. I've had a few suit chance. The stress is real now. We just needed that Bruno chance to go in. Instead of grooming McSauce to be the next Matic, we should get Garner for that role, says Karen Villa. Shavine says Martial, Luke are not lazy. Harry is not better than Virgil. Crawling our way to fourth and miles away from a title. Lots to do before we can be relaxed fans. And Neil Powell says teams have figured out that. Yeah, we've read that one, haven't we? I'm hoping Palace are just going to run out of some energy in a minute. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Remember, we're only winning this game because of a toenail offside, basically. Good tackle there by Maguire. Was it Maguire? Yeah. Come on, line ball. Good running. What a lovely play by Rashford here. Come on. He's took 3 players out of the game, and Palace are looking a bit tired now. Maybe Manchester United's... Martial. Yes! Come on! Anthony Martial, Marcus Rashford, 3 points in the bag. Crystal Palace, more like Pizza Palace. Manchester United tear them apart and devour up that Crystal Palace defence like chocolate eclairs at a Weight Watchers. Or you can eat buffet. Van Aanholt looks quite he's injured here, actually. Maybe we shouldn't celebrate too much, but what a goal by Martial. Manchester United 2-0. Release. And it all comes from brilliant play by Marcus Rashford. I think Rashford and Martial have been the 2 standout players attacking-wise tonight. Gets it wide to Bruno. Bruno into Rashford. Slips it into Martial. Martial scores again. Rashford and Martial in tandem. Same amount of goals now. And it's just the movement of Martial here. The movement of Rashford. The movement of Bruno. It's love. Martial and Rashford have got such a connection. It's fantastic. It really is. Lovely goal. Absolutely lovely goal. And it is 2-0. It's slick, John Cardoso. It is slick. You are right. It's very, very, very slick. And Manchester United getting the 3 points when it matters. I've got an injury here to Van Aanholt, who... It looks quite a serious injury. So that's sort of quelled my... celebrations, because I did see it
you know, you always look for that VAR. He's on the oxygen at the moment, Van Aanholt. Roy Hodgson's looking pissed off. Lovely goal from Manchester United. Absolutely lovely goal. I'm going to change the score because nothing's going to change that. I think the way is it the way Van Aanholt lands? Roy Hodgson looking defeated. How much longer can he last? I don't mean like in life general. I mean as a manager of Crystal Palace, really. He's getting on a bit old now. I think Van Aanholt will be okay. Manchester United will be okay. Which leads me nicely into something, actually. I can show you something now while this is happening. Links in the video description. Player ratings. I'm going to talk you through this. The links in the video descriptions for the player ratings. So if you click the link in the video description, it will take you to the United Stand website. Fan player ratings, Crystal Palace. This will be used in the match reaction. For your scores to count, you've got to vote for every single player. So don't be lazy. You vote every player out of 10. So if you said that David De Gea was an 8 out of 10, it will start showing you what the average is, 7.2. You've got to do every single player. Give every single player a mark out of 10. 6 being average, of course. And then all the way through, we've got Martial, we've got Greenwood, we've got Matic, we've got Lingard, we've got Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. When you've done all of them, it will take your scores and aggregate it. So at the moment, the link's in the video description for that. Mark every player out of 10, and then we will use that in the player ratings show, which is after this show. So your player ratings will be used and the aggregate will be taken for everybody who votes. Fantastic system that we have, and get involved with that. Links in the video description for you to go and do that. It says player ratings, vote here. Get voting. So you've got a bit of time to do that if you want, because we've still got well, about 10 minutes left. Looks like United are going to get the points in the bag, which is absolutely fantastic. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new as well on YouTube, bottom right hand corner, and if you're watching on Twitch, do give us a follow as well. But we really need a leader in the centre so we can work with offensive players. We play better now because we have balance there, says Chelsea. Muzzy Lions, I've said it before, Rashford and Martial, York and Cole 2.0. No better man than Ollie to coach that. The boys are telepathic. They absolutely are. It's a lovely goal. And Jacob Hawke says, good teams find flashes of greatness even when they're playing awful. Get in. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. Sunshine Digital Media Agency, what a game Rashford has had. T-shirt is key. Hey, I wear the T-shirt. It brings the magic. I don't know what it's all about. If you want to get your T-shirts, by the way, we have got the link in the video description for that, and they do ship worldwide. But it's 4 games now where I've actually worn the T-shirt and not a jacket. Martial hat-trick. Bruno got 2. Rashford's been brilliant today, and I think there was another Bruno game as well. What T-shirt will I wear next week? When you have injuries like this and pauses in the game, they should do what they do in rugby and stop the clock. It'd be so much better, says Sean Turner. And can you give a hi, Joe? Whole reason I got into Manchester United at the age of 5. Hi, Joe, from Daniel, Luciano and me. I don't know what the injury is to Van Aanholt. I don't know whether it's leg or what, but he's on the oxygen, if anybody knows. I think it might be a knee injury, a leg injury, because they're covering up his... I don't know. I didn't see what happened. It was a nasty fall. Mark, you look a lot happier now and not stressed, says Immortal Game. Mate, these 3 points, just so important tonight. So important to get the 3 points. I cannot lie. Apparently on the player ratings, once you've done all your scores, there's a submit button to see man of the match. Oh, and also you've got, for your man of the match, you have to put a star next to them as well. I'm going to have to show people again. Easier just to show you. So if you are going to vote for player ratings, go to the link in the video description. You can see all your players, mark them out of 10. You must mark all of them and put a star next to who your man of the match is going to be. So maybe do all your votes first and then just go back to who your man of the match is. Make sure your man of the match gets a star. And then once they're all done, you can submit them. That's how it works. Links in the video description. And then in the match reaction later, we'll go through all the votes that have been done. And it will be aggregated by thousands of you as to who that man of the match is. So there you go. Dan. Yeah, massive 3 points for United. Massive. Zamiasi, Mark, just wait for next season. Once we clear our defence out, we'll be beating you home and away. Yeah, okay. Mark, he pooped his shoulder out of place, says Mark Whitton. Thanks, Mark. And Mark, maybe you should make a Messi Lingard t-shirt, then it seems to work. Let's go, Man United. I love watching the games with the United Stand community. Yes, it does make it far better. I think back to years ago when I used to watch these sort of games, and I'd either be down the pub or I'd be, actually, a lot of the time I'd be at work. When I was in the police, sometimes you'd be working and you'd be checking on your phone. It's not the same. So it's great watching it with you lot. David De Gea has been man of the match, kept us in the game, some good saves, saved our poor defending, says Jab Dobson. I think De Gea's had a good game. The game changed when Matic came on. He calms the team and encourages good passing. And ref indicated shoulder, I'm quite sure. Luckily, he got his legs out. Could have been a nasty leg break. Thanks for the content, Mark. Love your work, says Stephen Alexander B. Well, this result is looking like it's going to turn into the game that we hoped that Southampton would be. Pogba into Bruno. So I think we're still going to have another 10 minutes in this game. Crystal Palace will probably now try not to concede because... Hello? Don't know why anybody's calling me at this time. United on the attack here with Bruno. Shot straight at the keeper. People will rate Bruno low tonight. He's been marked out of the game and still has a shot in the post, assist, and third last on the second goal. Deserves an 8, says Mr. Glon Johnson. This is the thing with Bruno, though. He gets a lot of stick because, yeah, he's had a bit of an off game. Lingard putting in a lot of work and looks all right, says Callum Ford. I mean, Lingard's come on to do a job. He's come on to do a job to help Wan-Bissaka. Is Lingard going to come on, create chances? No. He's come on to do a job, and I think it was the right substitution to make. It's good to see that when Pogba and Bruno are having a poor game, yet the other attacking players are stepping. Good that we have the options of Salah Ahmed. Not to be greedy, but every goal counts here. We need to keep up the pace and try and score again. It would be nice to erode Leicester's goal difference a little bit more, I agree. Safwan wants Lingard to score. Sancho can play anywhere up front, says Bossman12. I think I'd rather keep Lingard than Mata or Pereira, says Daniel Luciano. Yeah, but we'll get money for Lingard. I think Lingard needs to go. I think we all here want Lingard to score, says Michelangelo69. And predictions for United against Chelsea, says Jim. I mean, that Chelsea game to me is just something to enjoy now. You don't get any points for it. You get an FA Cup final if you win it. Maybe we rest a few players. I mean, Ollie's doing his press conference tomorrow morning, actually. So I would be interested to see what he's going to say on that. But Matic has had to come on and play tonight. You don't really want Matic to... I think he's going to have to play Fred. He's going to have to play Agallo. He's going to have to play Dan James. I hope we play the B team against Chelsea, says Aram Hekmat. Yeah, I agree. I think we've got to do that. I really do think that is a wise thing to do, and I hope that we do. But yeah, it would be nice to just nick another goal here. The website's holding up if you want to get your votes in on the player ratings. Although Palace are in. Another good save by De Gea. I tell you what, De Gea tonight has been absolutely superb. De Gea tonight is back to his best. Brilliant. He's made so many saves. So many saves. And I'm not saying any of those saves shouldn't have been made, but I think maybe there's some of them shots are shots that might have gone in recently. But Palace, I mean, look, I'm not going to lie. Palace have been good. And I don't think we have been that good, but I think we've been very clinical, and I think we've shown real quality with Marcus Rashford and Martial and De Gea. I think they're the 3 man of the match contenders. But as I said, if you are watching on YouTube, link in the video description. Go down to the player ratings, vote here, click that link. Go to the website, make sure you vote for every single player out of 10 and put a star on your man of the match. And then when you've completed it, it will say submit. You can vote everybody out of 10, Ollie out of 10. And then when we do the match reaction and we do the player ratings, I'll give my rating and then we'll get all yours aggregated. So it's the most accurate way of getting player ratings out there. And it's all another thing for you lot, which is what we're always trying to do. Get that fan opinion. So thanks everyone who gets involved in the channel. Martial, man of the match for me today, Mark. Brilliant. He totally controls the offence as Edvin Lundstrom. Yeah, look. I can't wait to do the chart show on Saturday because I think we all know that there's a very big candidate for number 1 this week. He was superb against Southampton and he's been superb tonight. I can't think of a better player across the 2 games than Martial. Glory, glory, Man United, says Manzoor Mazif, bro. Okay, and even though they are not playing their best game tonight, Pogba and Bruno were taken off pretty early last game and we fell apart. We need the depth, says Louis Dresden. Yeah, he won't be making those mistakes tonight. 11 minutes added on. We've still got another 10 minutes here in this game. Oh, Lingard nearly getting slept in. And Bruno nearly slipping him in. Hopefully, if Leicester don't beat Spurs and we beat West Ham, goal difference actually won't matter. Goal difference is only going to matter if Leicester beat Spurs. Imagine how nice it would be playing Europa games knowing we've already got top 4, says Aram Hekmat. Exactly. That's exactly the scenario we want to be in. And I think we'd have a better chance of winning it because I think we would be relaxed. Please subscribe if you're new on YouTube. We are only 50 subscribers away from 752,000. So bottom right hand corner to subscribe. We are live after the game with the match reaction and the player ratings. We've got fan cams coming in. We'll be live after Ollie's press conference in the morning as always. 8 o'clock every single night. Live for every match as well. Rashford's nearly just scored a cracking goal there. Tipped over the bar. Love that to go in. Love to get 3-0. Bloody love it. Takes off all the top players now so they can't get injured. Important, says Roy Keane 08. Rawcust says Lingard is good for the press. He just one thing you can never say about Jesse Lingard is that he does run around a lot. And in this game, that's very, very important. Corner for United. Maguire heads it over the bar again. He's won a lot of headers today, Harry Maguire. Mark, do you wear a mask? I have got a mask. I was hoping I was going to wear it when he scored. I can't do it. Oh, I just can't do it. What does it look like? That's it. So it's actually very easy. What was I doing that? Bloody hell. What a prat. Yes. 2-0. All because of Jesse. He's had a part to play. We've shut that right-hand side down. Arsenal don't have the funds for the defence, so them and Spurs aren't going to competition for top 4 next season, says Jordan Vlogs. No, it'll be Liverpool, Manchester City, and hopefully... Bruno Fernandes got man of the match on BT Sports. I'm stunned. I love Bruno, but... I mean, there's 3 players better than Bruno today, I'm afraid. I don't know who gave Bruno man of the match. Who is it? Who's the co-commentator on that there? They're having a bloody laugh. I love Bruno Fernandes. I absolutely love Bruno Fernandes. But look, he would have been at fault for that goal. But Rashford, De Gea and Martial have been elite today. Glenn Hoddle voted for it. He just likes that sort of player, I think. Either that or he's been watching Southampton play Brighton. Who's your man of the match, Glenn? I wasn't watching. I've been watching Brighton against Southampton. I'm just going to give it to Bruno because everyone likes it. How good would 3-0 be in a game we didn't play well, says Ahmed Aman. Well, we've still got 5 minutes to do it. Got a free kick on the right-hand side here. Bruno's on it. 3-0 would be good just to erode that Leicester goal difference a little bit. But it's as you were, isn't it? Chelsea have won, Leicester have won, United have won. So nobody slipped up. Fosu-Mensah has been mint today. Want to see him play next to Maguire or in midfield. He was mint in the academy, says Zachary Purv. I think he's defended well, but going forward, we've been poor today down the flanks. That's not Fosu-Mensah's fault. He's a right-footed, not attacking fullback. I think the timing of the subs and the changes really helped bring the game in control for United. Matic so crucial, says Varane. Well, it's going to be interesting to see what Ricky said. Ricky says on his fan cam. Rudy Cox says Glenn said that Martial got shut down. It's amazing how people read the game. Glenn Hoddle was a very good footballer. I thought he was quite a good England manager until he said those stupid things. But it's amazing how people see football. Amazing. Bruno looks tired. Must rest him Sunday. Man of the match, Tony, says Fernando and Williams. Here's Rashford out to Tony on the left. Lovely running. Oh, nearly went in. Got like 4 players on strings there, Martial, trying to play it back to Jesse. Fantastic. Oh, here's Fosu. Here's Jesse. Oh, please. Still time for another goal here. The fans ratings thing's brilliant. I've always loved doing player ratings, but what I always want to do is get you involved. So the player ratings is just great. If you're going to do it, links in the video description. Vote your player ratings, but make sure you mark everybody out of 10 and the manager and put a star next to the one who's your man of the match. And then we can use it in the player ratings show. They wanted a penalty on Martial there. I don't think there's not a massive uproar. To me, I don't think that was a penalty. I think he did get the ball. See, I can be fair. I thought he got the ball. Martial into the box. Lovely run. He did get the ball. Or did he? I think he did. Scott Dan. Yeah, he got a ball. It's not a penalty. If they gave that as a penalty, then Lindelof's was a penalty and it wasn't. So there you go. It's a shame. Would have been nice to get a penalty there. I'm just so happy with the result. So happy. I'll tell you what, we're 30 subscribers away from 752,000 on YouTube. So please subscribe if you're new. Wan-Bissaka, oh, he just didn't get it out of his feet. Now he does. Now he does. Oh, shame. He was never going to cross that, though. There's 4 Crystal Palace players. Pogba's a leader on the pitch as Aaron. I think Pogba has played so much better since Matic came on. Nicholas Lotter says there's new rules for the same league position finish. I still think it's goal difference, mate. Massive win for United, though. I mean, realistically, you'd expect us to beat West Ham at Old Trafford. And then that massive game against Leicester, of course. But it's always, you know, could have been a very different story tonight. I'm not gonna say it couldn't. You know, it's been a very interesting game. So I'll talk about it in the match reaction. Lots to discuss in the match reaction. Why the hell does it take us a full half to get out of first gear every time? So frustrating, says Red Baron. Tonali would be a good shout, says Liquid 666. Plays for Brescia. I know who Tonali is. He's fantastic. I had him on my career mode. Looks like it's going to finish 2-0. Zaha deserves a better club than Crystal Palace, though, doesn't he? Pogba looks like a different player since the Matic sub, says Chris. Yeah. Chelsea will need a result against Liverpool if Leicester beat Spurs. But if Chelsea win, they would secure top 4, says Ivan Coughlin. Will Ollie rest players for Sunday or not, says Salah Ahmed. He's got to. He's got to. That's the end of the game. Manchester United get 3 massive points. Look, it's been hard, but now that this is what should have happened on Monday. Those points are huge because we didn't play particularly well. We didn't play particularly well, but the way we won it is fantastic, and we needed those 3 points. And look, Chelsea beat Norwich 1-0 at Stamford Bridge. So, look, Chelsea should have scored more goals. I admit that. Leicester played well today. The important thing is to stay in the game at the end of this game. So that's a massive 3 points for Manchester United. Right, if you haven't voted for your player ratings, you can do so through the link in the video description. Also, my match reaction link is in the video description if you're on YouTube. Thanks everyone who's watched on Twitch. Give us a follow on there. Make sure you subscribe bottom right hand corner on YouTube. And I'm going to be live with the player ratings in about a minute and my match reaction. I'll see you on there. And of course, we'll have all your player ratings aggregated as well. Lots to discuss. Links in the video description, or you can go through the homepage on the United Stand YouTube page. And I'll see you over there in about a minute's time. Thanks everybody for watching. Massive win for Manchester United.